Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden. This is Loren, and tonight we are going to be drinking some whiskey old fashions. Now, for those of you who don't watch my channel regularly, honestly, I can't even say that I post videos like this regularly. But part of my channel is making cocktails, or it's something that I wanted to be part of my channel. I only have a few cocktail videos, but it's still something that eventually I'll get more videos out on eventually, keyword. But that being said, we have some new bitters that are here that I got for Christmas, and they're the Woodford Reserve, bitters. Woodford Reserve bitters stuff. Hold on, I gotta go like that. Here we go. And yeah, so we got some aromatic bitters, some spiced cherry bitters, some orange bitters, and some chocolate bitters. So we're going to make a couple old fashions with those, and we are going to see how it changes the old fashions and that kind of stuff. Also, I got a new score today. Luckily, I got the Booker's 2022-04. So we're going to be opening that up tonight and sipping on that a little bit. So before we get into this, hello, everybody. Welcome to it. What are you all drinking tonight? Lauren's here eating a brownie. Show the people your brownie. It's a healthy. It's got like peanut butter and.
You said healthy, and the first thing you showed was peanut.
Right. Well.
But it's not like only peanuts and peanut butter.
Yeah. No. It's like. When I say it's healthy, I don't mean low calorie healthy. I mean like it's got a lot of nutrients, and like she's on this new diet where she's eating stuff that's good for like her hormones, or just in general health, like high nutrient dense type foods, whereas I usually eat low calorie stuff, so that's not gonna be for me.
So Holden only got a little brownie. Let me try. Is it gross?
I just don't get how sparkling water can quench thirst. It's just not for me. Isaiah's V, welcome to it. Cheers. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing tonight? Hanging AZ says, "Why are you so bitter, Holden?" LOL, that's funny. And then he says, "Hi, Lauren," specifically.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever had Liquid Death, but I figured I'd try it. Surprisingly, I mean, it's not going to be like a lot of whiskey on tonight's channel, like whiskey alone, but I'm going to be having some of this. So I decided to finally get some sparkling water, so I'll be able to cleanse my palate between drinking stuff, which is nice for a change. I'm going to go ahead and open some of these bitters. Joe Dickinson is also in the house. Cheers, Joe says drinking tea. What kind of tea? Kentucky tea?
I was going to say Arizona tea.
Oh, Arizona. I like...
But I meant that.
Meant what?
What you said.
Kentucky tea?
Uh-huh. This one doesn't have a thing.
Ooh. Kentucky tea and...
No, it's gross. Ew.
This doesn't have a thing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know what Kentucky tea is, it's...
I'm sure they know what Kentucky tea is.
Yeah, well, probably. But for those of you who might not, it's the Booker's batch.
They were probably the ones who told us.
No, it was a Booker's batch that told me, and I had explained it to you. Booker's batch 2022-03, this is 04. Batch 03 was called the Kentucky tea batch. Basically, it was literally whiskey, or like water with like a little bit of whiskey, like 3 ounces of water, 1 ounce of whiskey. And it was, he ate it with it, or he drank it with his meal so that he could get a little bit more refreshing drink with his meal.
Just have a glass of water every
right. But it was called Kentucky tea. So it's literally, Kentucky tea is just very watered down whiskey. But it'd be interesting to try it someday, maybe. Sugar Kitty's in the house. Meow. Cheers, Sugar Kitty. Thanks for coming in. Joe Dickinson says lemon ginger herbal tea. Ooh. Lemon ginger herbal tea. I'm not a huge tea guy. I like iced tea though.
I like my tea form. Starbucks has this tea, and they mix like a mint one and like a citrus one together, and then they put, instead of water, they use lemonade. It's really good. I put some honey in it.
Ooh. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's really good. I used to drink it when I was sick in college.
Casey says I'm having a Manhattan for tonight's show. Ooh, good choice. I like Manhattans. Ooh. This spiced cherry bitters literally smells absolutely freaking fantastic. I bet it would be good with that chocolate brownie.
My chocolate brownie's gonna be gone.
You should smell it. The orange bitters smells like orange bitters. Very typical, huh?
Oh, it smells like a Dr. Pepper.
I know, isn't it good? And then the chocolate bitters. I'm excited to try the chocolate bitters. I've never.
Gelatin root, cherry, and spices.
Oh my goodness! This literally smells like those Smensels. They were smelly pencils that they sold in like middle school or elementary school. There's a chocolate flavored one, and this smells just like it. It smells so good. Oh gosh, it makes me excited. Brings me back to the good old days. But Bino's also in the chat. Hello, you two love the show. Cheers, Dan. Thanks for coming in here. I love having you here. So
it's weird that you call him Dan.
Bino. I only said Dan because I was reading the thing.
The only person I know that calls him Dan is my dad.
Yeah, the only reason I said that is because it was the first thing. Otherwise, I always call him Bino. But iced tea is good. Yeah, I like iced tea. I like sweet tea though. So, but not sweet tea with real sugar. Sweet tea with fake sugar. Because I'm a big wuss. Bino says Jim Beam old fashioned here. Well, good choice.
Nice.
I actually have Jim Beam here, but we're gonna be making it with the Woodford Reserve because that is the bitters that we have. So I decided to keep it with the same company and see what things will change. Josh is in the chat. He says, "Hi, Lauren." Doesn't even acknowledge me. Unbelievable.
It's because you're not really here. It's just.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks for being here. Peter White is also in the chat. Peter. Wait. How does it go? Peter. Anyway. Hey, Peter. Cheers, Peter. Thanks for coming in. And as he says, still an hour before pour time. Either OGD Bib, neat or benchmark foolproof on ice. Have not decided. Ooh, or both. Yeah, no, those both sound awesome. Jake is in the chat. Cheers, Jake.
Can you
Thanks for coming
talk
in.
today?
Talking is a very difficult part of life. I've learned.
It's very hard for you today. You can't speak. Do you want a bite? Sorry, you guys had to see that.
I don't know why I ate it like that.
I don't know, but I specifically got you a chunk with chocolate chips on the top, and you left the chocolate chip behind.
well. But this isn't a brownie and whatever show. But I'm excited to start making these old fashions, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. So I need my stir spoon, which I don't know if it's over here.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's not over here, so I'm just gonna use.
Do you want to use my chocolate spoon?
No, I'm just gonna use a straw. No, I don't want to use a chocolate spoon. Guys, this is gonna be a little bit makeshift because I don't have any oranges, so I don't have any orange peel to put on top. So it's gonna be.
We're not prepared.
Where did I put the sugar?
It's probably still on the counter, isn't it?
I'll be right back. Actually, you know what? This is a great time for Lauren to pour the mystery blend. Sorry. I'm just going to do that to you. So, I'm going to go out and get the simple syrup. Lauren is going to pour me a mystery blend, and I'll be right back.
Does anyone have an idea? Because Lauren did not bring ideas to the table this time around. Should we do... I'm thinking this. Should we do this one? Oh, no, not Malort. He'll yell at us. Casey, you always pick the most obvious answers. You're not allowed to be on here. Okay, so we're not going to do Malort because that's mean. This is too obvious. So I think this. Everyone else agree? You can say yes. Okay, I'm pouring it because nobody's answering me. So. That's a lot, but whatever. Okay.
Okay. Am I gonna have to do the comments or like avoid the comments?
Well, I don't know.
Well, why don't you catch us up on the
People answered
comments?
after I left.
We'll catch us up on the comments and then we'll get into it. So guys, I have this
Wait, what'd you say? You want me to?
well, yeah, to read the ones that I didn't read and then
Well, I don't know where you read from.
whatever one's probably clicked on the screen still.
I was clicking on some.
Oh, well, I'll just go ahead and talk to these guys while you do that. While you find it. So I have this simple syrup light. So it's 0 calories, it's 5 calories per serving. Because, you know, you guys know how I am with my dieting and healthiness. So
Okay, I found where this is where we left off.
am I allowed to look at it?
You
or-
can't look at these ones
Okay.
but they're just people saying hi to each other and then some wrong answers.
Okay, so I'm good to sit
So
down
you
and
can,
look.
but you can only start right there.
Where? The top of the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Well, this is definitely Loren pour, if I've ever seen one.
I
That is
got confused because I was
heavy.
looking at the screen and pouring at the same time.
And then on top of that, it's very dark, which is usually a good telltale sign that there's going to be some decent whiskey in there. But PJ Slots and Entertainment says, "Hey Lauren, how you doing? How you doing?"
Good, oh gosh.
Cheers, PJ Slots, and thanks for coming on. Everyone just loves you. I'm just not even here.
I know.
You should just do the show alone.
I feel awkward. I need more alcohol in me to do it by myself.
Bino says, "Talk, Lauren," and he spelled your name with a U. Very interesting. Anyone saying Malort should be put on timeout? I
Yeah.
have Malort.
You don't know what's in there.
That's
Hold
true. It could be.
It's a mixture.
Someone could have put a drop of Malort in there. I wouldn't doubt it. Sure, he says that works. Joe Dickinson says, "Put some bitters in the mystery pour to throw them off."
That would have been a good idea. Dang it.
That would have been a good idea. Should have did that.
I didn't read that far. Okay.
Okay, and he says, "See if you can pick out his brother's bond." LOL.
Okay. Stop talking about it.
New subscriber come across the channel the other day. Well, cheers, PJ. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad to have new people here. And
Wait, how did he get the joke that everyone's only here for me already? It must be that obvious.
that, or he just joined when you were the only one here,
Oh.
or he just doesn't like me. Which it's okay if you're here for Lauren. That's okay too. But maybe he was hitting on you when he said, "How you doing?" It really looked like it was, "How you doing?"
How you doing? Do you like watch Friends or something?
How you doing?
We can
Yep.
watch Friends
Joey
together.
Tribbiani. Sugar Kitty says, "Reading the comments will screw him up, but let him go." That's true. I probably would get screwed up turning around like that. The light syrup gives cancer to rats who drink whiskey cocktails. That is true, but only to the rats that eat like 15 times their body weight in it. I know the studies you're talking about. The Lauren Show Bourbon Bar with special guest Holden. Absolutely. Hit like, people. Yes, guys, please hit the like button. That helps out a lot. And it says in a Joey T accent. LOL.
Nice.
So definitely awesome.
We have our doormat for like our front door is a picture of Joey and it says, "How you doing?"
How you doing? Yep.
So.
Joey Tribbiani. What did I go out there? Oh yeah, the syrup. Did my jig right here? Because it is. Okay, so
Why didn't you prepare this before the live stream?
because we were watching Lucifer.
No. You were watching Lucifer.
Honestly,
I was eating my
I
broccoli.
was preparing for this. Like, I went to the store specifically to get this, and I totally blanked on the fact that I needed like oranges for like orange peel to do the squeeze over the top. And then I was just like upset. And then on top of that, I have cherries, right? I have the nice Luxardo cherries. I don't have any more stabby things, pokers, to put the cherries in and put it in the drink. So I'm an epic failure today. But might as well start with the classic aromatic bitters because that seems to be, that's kind of what like Angostura is, right? Aromatic.
I don't know.
It's clear. Look at that. I don't know how many drops I'm going to do. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, Let's go 5, 6,
Oh
7.
my gosh,
8.
that feels like a lot.
Well, most people do like 4, but with
Where's
I've
the
never
box?
had.
There was probably a recipe on the back.
I've never had them in the droppers. I know how to use them. The ingredients in this one is literally water, alcohol, natural flavors, and one of them
That's
is
what I told you.
genation root.
I told you that already. Someone wasn't listening.
So overall, it smells nice.
It smells like syrup.
It does smell like bitters, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little taste test here.
You're gonna squeeze that right in your mouth.
Yep. It's not. It honestly is
when
pretty
you
mild.
go and taste bitters and in the stores, they give it to you on a little spoon. But here, you know.
No, it wasn't really a spoon. It was more like I thought it was like a piece of cardboard type thing.
No, it was on like a little like wooden ice cream spoon.
So in terms of like, I've tasted bitters before, right? And it's not as spicy as Angostura. In fact, I might even need to put a little bit.
Let's just make it. You can always add more.
That's true. I might even need to add a little bit more than normal for this one to make a huge difference. But also, a lot of you guys probably use a sugar cube in your old fashions, but
That's too much for us.
Well, no, it's just that sugar cubes don't really mix as well as Can I have the cocktail on that, please? Sugar cubes don't mix well in the drink, and so a lot of times, like none of it dissolves, and it doesn't change the drink at all, which is nice. But really, then you're just drinking bourbon with a splash of bitters, and is that really an old fashioned if it doesn't have the sugar in it? I don't think so. So, that being said, we have our Sazerac House placemat here, and we're going to be using some Woodford Reserve, obviously, because we're using the Woodford Reserve bitters. I'm just going to go 1.5 ounces. I did 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I did 8 dashes of bitters. I really feel like I should get the cherries and just scoop it in with a spoon, because I feel like that'll change the taste a little bit. So in the door on the right hand side. But anyway, while you're out there, I will do a little bit of smelling of the Mystery Glen and catching up on some comments in the chat. So, yes, the Loren show. Absolutely. Loren with the Delicious Brownie channel. Holden trying to piggyback on her success. Oh, absolutely. I'll piggyback on all the success I can get from her. I'll put her in the thumbnail so it gets extra views. That actually, it works. My video with the most views on it, my live stream with the most views on it, I'd gotten like 150 views on my live stream, and it was one where Loren was looking all good in the
Stop it.
in the thumbnail.
Stop pawning me off on the internet.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
That's not okay, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna wear my ninja costume next week.
Wait, what's your ninja costume?
My black dress with this turtleneck.
Oh yeah. The Rock outfit, you mean? She looked like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh yeah.
All
I
right.
brought 2 kinds in case you wanted to put some maraschino in.
Yeah, maraschino are only okay. It's just that once you go to Luxardo cherries,
Well, this just looks really thin.
you never go back.
That looks a little happier.
A little bit. Now it kind of looks like an old fashioned. Now I've only had an orange peel to add to it, but I didn't even get to drink any of my mystery blend at all. Did we get rid of the towel? I think we did.
Why?
The mystery towel.
You can suck on your fingers because I'm going done getting up.
Anyway, Loren, is that more of a cake style or is it like fudge brownie?
So it was kind of interesting because the recipe said fudgy, but the outside, and I didn't overbake it, first of all, because it said 25 minutes, and at 25 minutes I took it out. So I didn't overbake it, but the outside was really cakey and the inside was really fudgy. But I cooked it in a circle cake pan because it didn't have like a normal size pan, and so like I cut it like a sliced cake. So half of the piece was fudgy and the other half was cakey. So you kind of got like a nice mix, you know. But it literally tasted just like a regular brownie. I don't even know if I'd want to have regular.
Give or take.
I thought it tasted really good.
Have you had the brownies that I make with Diet Coke and Big Sugar?
No. You didn't tell me that you
They're
make brownies.
super
Hold it.
like.
We've been dating for 2 years and you've never once made me brownies.
I used to make them and put them in my protein ice cream. I have a recipe for protein ice cream.
A thing of Diet Coke way back when? And
Yeah.
when we finally got to
Well, and because before I started drinking bourbon, I used to drink Captain Coke.
Oh.
That was the main reason. But I did use the Diet Coke in my brownies. It was like you use like half a can of Diet Coke and then like a mound of fake artificial sweetener and then a little bit of cocoa powder and a little bit of protein powder, maybe. And I think that was it. Well, yeah. It honestly, it worked really well. And then I would put it in my protein ice cream, which is literally frozen fruit, milk, protein powder, and xanthan gum. It was really good. Is this boogers?
No. Do you think I was that stupid?
Well, I mean,
I don't want you to get them. Why would I buy you boogers when you're?
I don't know.
There's
like a nice nut somewhere in here.
Are you sure that's not just the peanut butter from the brownies?
I don't think so.
Nostrils?
I swear there's a bit of nut in here. But you're gonna talk me into everything under the sun. So, it's not refreshing at all, but I do see how it cleanses the palate. It honestly tastes like absolute garbage. But to me, all water tastes like garbage. Or sorry, I love water. All sparkling water tastes like garbage. I've never really had a sparkling. I've never really had a sparkling water that I enjoyed. So, and as he says, you need those little swords for the cherries. Old school. I know. I had some. Actually, no. I had the spears. But I used to have. My mom had swords.
We should get the umbrellas.
But I ran out. The umbrellas. I don't think umbrellas go in an old-fashioned cocktail. But
well, I feel tropical.
Sugar says. Gentian will put that Malort to shame. I don't know what gentian is.
Okay, it's the shit in here.
Oh, yeah, I literally just said that, didn't I?
What would you do if you were alone?
Cry myself to sleep.
These guys would destroy you.
They already destroy me. Who are we kidding? The Jensen, it wasn't bad.
Did you try this yet? I'm trying.
Okay. PJ says, nothing's off limits when you're at home. Absolutely true. Oh my God, visited a distillery making herbal liquors in Austria. They had gentian schnapps, and it was bitter, and even more bitter. Well, I guess that makes sense why
it's just about the sweetest old fashioned I've ever put in my mouth.
Is it really?
It's like literally so sweet, like sugar headache sweet. This old fashioned needs soda to cut the sweetness.
I know.
Do you think it's the bitters, or do you think that you put too much of the simple syrup?
It could be too much of the simple syrup, but I'm not sure because my other simple syrup was, I think, sweeter than that simple syrup. It's not bad. I don't know if the bitters are helping. Do we have any?
It doesn't taste like.
Wait, do we have any 7-Up or Sprite or?
There's a spiced 7-Up.
I bet that would probably make a really good old fat. Like
with the cherry one, it would probably be really good.
Oh, true. But PJ says sugar cube takes too long. Simple syrup or even maple syrup. Yeah, maple syrup is a classic. Hang on, easy says to be fair, absolutely to be fair. We make our own simple syrup from our Wisconsin old fashions.
Okay, don't go around saying we. Like, me and Jacob were the ones that were trying to make sugar wax and accidentally made simple syrup. You weren't even there. Sorry.
Yeah, experimentalists in the kitchen, eh?
We were trying to make sugar wax, which is the same recipe as simple syrup, but like...
What is sugar wax?
It's like a wax, like you wax your... But it's made with sugar.
Yeah.
But we used the wrong amount because, I don't know, our video was like so wrong. And it just made simple syrup. So we just made simple syrup. And put it into little jars. So we didn't waste it. And then we tried again and we got the wax.
Take a sip of this and then take a drink of this.
I don't want to take a drink of that. It's gross.
Of this?
That.
This is gross?
Yeah.
This is gross. Sugar he said to get huge views. Absolutely huge. This is a huge development. You need a cat for the thumbnail. Yeah, if only you could come here and pose.
What kind of cat?
Hey now, that is not appropriate for this channel. Who invited her?
The people.
That's true.
Who invited you is your question.
Nah, I don't know. Bino says, how is that drink?
Yeah, Holden, drink your damn drink.
Well, honestly, it's It's not bad actually. It's
Did you show the people your cup?
I didn't. So I got actually maybe I did. So I got this from my mom for Christmas. I think I did show them actually. I feel like I remember doing this, but it's a Buffalo Trace cup. It's a Buffalo Trace. Yeah, I definitely did last time because I showed them the bottom, and the bottom says "Get into the Christmas spirits." But it's a Buffalo Trace Distillery rocks glass that I like to make my old fashions in. But
That you like to make your old fashioned. This is the first old fashioned that's been in my cup.
I know, but I prefer making my old fashions in rocks glasses compared to like these giant old fashioned glasses are like twice the size.
Okay, but we got these from Goodwill on the cheapo rack.
I know they look really fancy, so it's fun to pour alcohol in there and make you feel fancy, or a Wisconsin old fashioned in here, you know, because exactly. But Tanganese says lots of the big whiskey tube shows are couples. Definitely, I think it goes good together because you can see the playful banter between the two. PJ Slots says, "What is the lifespan of Luxardo cherries? I don't drink enough to go through a jar." Well, I've had this one for quite a while. I've had this one since the last. I've had this jar of Luxardo cherries since my
other apartment,
my
right?
Elijah Craig Old Fashioned video, which is the 4th video on my channel. So it's been over a year.
There isn't an expiration date. Oh wait, never mind, I found it.
I think there's too much sugar in it to expire.
June 18th. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that says 22. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a second 2. I'm pretty sure it says 2-2. 18th of June, 2022. But you know what? He's eating them. If he gets sick, if he gets the shits, he gets the shits, whatever.
They're just so good. How can you not eat them, you know? And we have that cherry bounce from your dad somewhere around
Where
here.
did I put that? Oh, it's in the cupboard up there. In the kitchen.
How old is that? From
It's
2001?
2002, I believe.
2002?
Maybe it's 2001.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, apparently my dad made a bunch of cherry bounce. I remember at one of our birthday parties, well, it would have been Jacob's because it was outside, but at one of Jacob's birthday parties, a bunch of people got drunk because they were eating my dad's bounce cherries.
Nice.
But I was young. I was probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I just remember a bunch of people being hammered.
So the way I feel about this old fashioned is I feel like the bitters in it brings out the astringencies of the bourbon. I think that it has some nice bourbon notes on the back end, but on the front end, it's got this astringent alcoholic like note, and it kind of tastes like alcoholic sugar because of the simple syrup. So it doesn't really play well.
Simple syrup in it.
I'll do a 1/4 ounce versus the 1/2 ounce that I did in the next one. If it's better, maybe we'll come back and make a new one of these. I just want to eat my freaking cherry because that's like the best part of the
Just
thing.
use the spoon instead of upsetting me.
But
You don't come over here and eat this cherry.
There's.
You feel better now?
Tell you what, guys. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down for sure. You know where that's from, right?
Mary Poppins?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you seen Mary Poppins?
Huh? No, but I mean, yes, a long time ago, but I think my school
I think they just came out with another Mary
I think my
Poppins.
school did the musical for Mary Poppins, and so that song
yeah.
was always ingrained in my brain. But Sugar says you gotta get lava cake without really trying. Or so you got lava cake without really trying.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have cooked it for 25 minutes and maybe like 23 minutes, it definitely would have been lava cake. It would have been, which would have been good. I like lava cake. I'm not complaining.
Peter White says back to the couch.
Yeah, Holden.
True.
Gosh,
Casey
I don't know
says
what you did at that point.
those brownies you used to make in the microwave are pretty good, Holden. I think that was what you're talking about. Yes, it is.
Oh, so you get Casey
wait.
brownies, but
No,
you
it's
don't get
not.
more in your brownies?
Wait. I can't remember if I made it in the microwave or the oven.
I don't remember.
Because I also used to have a type of brownie where all I would do is mix protein powder and water into a thick consistency and put it in the microwave. And it would make like a 2-minute brownie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just eating like a protein powder cake, but it was yummy. And so I don't know if that's what he's talking about or if I actually made these ones. No, I think I made these ones in the oven. So I don't think it's quite what you're thinking of, Casey. But you're right. Those were good. He said Liquid Death is flavored sparkling water, no rum. Where does the death come from? False advertising. So I was wondering the same thing because at first I used to think it was an energy drink, And it's not flavored water. It's literally just sparkling water, no flavor. So it's just water that's carbonated. The ingredients are water and CO2. So what it is murder your thirst. So the entire can goes on to explain how it's going to kill your thirst and your thirst is going to die, hence the liquid death.
I don't like when my alcohol beverages are angry.
Yeah, me either, to be honest. But that's why I didn't drink it so long. But here we are. I really want to try the actual liquid death water, not the sparkling water. I want to see if it's good. Because it's from the Alps. It's straight from the Alps, it says. Kind of like Fiji's straight from the Untouched by Man place. Want to know how they get away with that? They only hire women.
Is that a joke?
I think so. Well, it's a joke, but it could be true. I mean, if only women worked there, it could be Untouched by Man. Technically, they're not lying, but they're making $1 gazillion by only hiring women and then charging $4 for a bottle of water.
I'd want to work there.
Yeah? Why?
Because I'd be just a bunch of women.
I don't know if I'd want to work with that many women.
I work with only women. There's no drama between us.
I work with only
when
men
get involved.
and there's no drama between those men.
Yes, but if one of the people you work with joined my team, there would be drama. So, including you. And that's because you start drama.
No, I don't start drama. I just like to gossip about it.
You are lying
No,
to the
I'm not.
world right now.
I don't start the drama. I just don't.
You're like my dad, okay?
I just like
Someone
to hear
will
about
say,
it.
oh, blah, 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 blah. And my dad will say, did you hear? Blah, 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 blah. And if it's the exact same thing they said, but he said it in a different tone, and now it's drama.
To be fair, it's only for people that I don't like or people that I don't know or like that kind of stuff. I never do that to like people who I actually have secrets for, if that helps. PJ says, "We is the new I." LOL. A cat with an old fashioned as a thumbnail. People would view and comment, which is the power dynamic for sure. Sugar Kitty just has to pop over here and just be holding and drinking an old fashioned out of a Buffalo Trace Glencairn.
What if I just put some cat ears on and I wear all black and I have a tail?
I believe that's called being a furry.
And then I curl up and I sip on my old fashioned. And like I drink it like a.
I think I'd be questioning our relationship.
Would that get views though?
Well, I don't think it would get the right kind of views.
Hey, PJ Slots and Entertainment says that would work.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but I think that I have good ideas and that this is why it's the Loren show and not the Holden show.
Yeah, Sugar says, what kind of cat? Preferably a live one. That's a good point. He has a point there. Rip Hans. Who the heck is Hans?
I think that's the Sherman cousin.
Oh. Okay, so Sugar Kitty says, don't know, my German cousin said water kills you. Someone suggested he have water to be healthy instead of beer, and his reply was, you want me to drink water, but I'm too young to die. And then he had a huge German kidney stone and died.
Oh.
That's funny. It's funny because
we just saw that.
If you don't drink water, you get kidney stones.
Remember the kidney stone I showed you when it was like this?
Oh yeah, it was terrible. So, now we have the cherry bitters. That was 10 drops of the cherry. They're spiced cherry bitters.
It smells like a Dr. Pepper.
It really does. It smells absolutely fantastic. Joe Dickens says 3 years after opening.
You've had this jug for 3 years?
No. A year, I said.
Look at expiration dates are a lie.
They are. They're false advertisement. PJ is asking where are you located. I am in Northern Virginia. 3 to 4 months, but a year. Report back in a few days. We're in Green Bay. I'm not sure what you mean. 3 to 4 months. Do you understand?
I don't know what's going
I'm a little bit lost there. But we're from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
You're the reason people think we say it weird.
Why? Because I say it sarcastically?
You just said it the wrong way.
Wisconsin.
No, but you just said it the wrong way.
Well, yeah, because I was playing a stereotype.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay, so that is 10 dashes of the spiced cherry bitters and only a quarter ounce of the simple syrup. Now we are going to do an ounce and a half. I feel like I shouldn't.
Okay, 3 to 4 months was about the outdated cherries.
Oh, that's how long they last.
Oh, well, we don't care. We're just going to eat them anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to need another one of them cherries. Probably going to go good with these cherry bitters. And honestly, if this is bad, oh my gosh, I don't need 2. That was unnecessary.
That wasn't necessary.
But now we have to stir it in. Honestly, if this one's bad too, it might just be the Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve just might not be the bourbon to use in an old fashioned. Wow.
What is happening on the other side of the bar?
I had like a hiccup burp thing. I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm on this side of the bar.
That's why I said the other side.
I
want to try it.
So what was I gonna say? I forgot, honestly. Oh yeah.
I'm not getting any cherry.
I forgot. Hey, as he said, I could go for a Shirley Temple right now. So could I.
Do you
I'm
hear
honestly
a funny
thirsty.
Story?
Go ahead.
Everyone wants to hear a funny story.
Everyone, hold on. There's like 3 comments. Oh.
3?
Hey.
Can you know how to count? No.
Wait, should I just bust through? Okay, just tell your story then.
My story. Okay, so in Wisconsin, a Shirley Temple, we call it kitty cocktail.
Yep.
Okay, and you bring your kids to the bar, and you order yourself an old fashioned, and you order the kids a kitty cocktail. Okay, it's the same thing as the Shirley Temple. We were in Colorado, and my brother ordered a kitty cocktail at this restaurant we went to, and the lady looked at him like he was crazy. And this was a couple years ago, so like my brother looked young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like now, if he ordered like a cocktail, if my parents were with us, they definitely wouldn't card him. You know what I mean? But 5 years ago, yeah, they would have carded him. Anyway, so he orders a kitty cocktail, and the lady is like, "What?" And my brother is thinking, like, who the F doesn't know what a kitty cocktail is? He's like, a kitty cocktail? And my dad's like, Jacob, just order something else. Just order something else. And the lady's like, looking at my parents like, you let your kids have cocktails? And Jacob's like, I want a damn kitty cocktail. And the lady's like, what the F's a kitty cocktail? And it's just a Shirley Temple, but we call it a kitty cocktail. So if you would have said a Shirley Temple,
I thought a Shirley Temple had vodka in it.
That's a dirty Shirley.
Oh.
At least I think. It's a Shirley
Well,
Shirley
kitty cocktail is just...
Yes.
7-Up.
But that's what a Shirley Temple is too, I think. Well, in Wisconsin, I think it's interchangeable. I think if you went to a bar and you ordered a dirty Shirley, it would have vodka in it. But if you ordered a Shirley Temple, they probably just give you Sprite and grenadine.
True.
So I think that you'd have to say dirty. But that might be different in different states, because in different states you don't bring kids to bars. So
that's true.
That's my funny story. Nobody laughed.
Well, they're probably laughing. You just can't see them.
Oh my gosh, Lauren's so funny. Oh my gosh. How did Holden get someone like Loren?
Luck or skill.
It was definitely the bot. I'm just kidding. It was before the bourbon, though.
Wow. That's true, though. That was. Dr. Shop Dustin says, evening all. One of these days, I won't still be at my desk for one of your lives. Cheers, Dusty. Thanks for coming in.
One of these days.
Hey, you know what? At least...
call him Dusty? Do you call him Dusty?
I did, just now.
Does he like to be called Dusty?
I don't know. Things just come off of my tongue. I have a question.
If his name is Dusty, does your dad not like him? Because your dad has a dust problem? Can you get my jokes? You need to leave. I
didn't understand. My dad doesn't like dust, so that would make him not like people whose name is Dusty?
It's a joke. Can you laugh at my jokes?
Anyway, cheers, Dustin. Thanks for coming in here. Hey, Peter. What is that from? Is that Family Guy? Or is it...
Peter is the dad in Family Guy.
Who's the guy who goes... Hey, Peter. Or is that...
Oh, that is Family Guy. It's like the really guy with the muscular face.
Yeah.
That's in the wheelchair.
Yeah. That's what I... Yeah. So every time I say... He says, hey, Peter, I'm thinking... Hey, Peter. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Bacardi 151 cherries are good. Have never had them. What is your dad's bounce made with? Brandy? Right?
I was 2 when he made it. I don't fucking know.
Dusty says need egg whites with the protein to make a good brownie like deal. We have liquid egg whites in the fridge you could have used. But she doesn't like eggs.
Wait, what? There's eggs in my brownie.
I know, but...
I think he's talking about yours with the protein powder.
Oh, probably. Yeah, to make it healthier. Yolks have all the calories, so you gotta get rid of them.
I'm not on a calorie deficit diet. I'm just on eating healthier food diet.
That's true. Peter White says, my mother mashed My mother mashed aspirin with a spoonful of sugar when I was young.
For when you're sick? I've heard that before.
Makes sense.
It's gotta be disgusting.
Probably tastes gross. Handy says, my grandfather gave me a swig of corn liquor out of the jug for a sore throat. That was a very popular thing to do back then. My boss always talks about he always got a shot of bourbon when he was sick. Or a hot toddy.
I don't think it's just a shot of bourbon. I think they put like warm bourbon and they put honey in it or lemon.
Yeah, like a hot toddy.
Yeah, I don't think it's just like here.
One of
have
these
a shot
days,
of bourbon.
I've never had a hot toddy.
We can make one.
We'll make one.
You know who I think has hot toddies? Hatch.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dustin says, I've never seen a group of women get along ever. So true.
You guys need to look a little bit harder. well, I never have an issue with the girls I work with.
Yeah.
With each other getting along, it's getting along with the people we work for.
I don't know. He has a point, though.
I think men just don't understand the amount of drama they bring to the table.
The thing is, women just hold grudges over everything. A man will be like, you're a penis face, F off. And the other guy will be like, okay, fair.
There's actually a song
and then
about
they'll just walk away from each other
song.
and then they'll forget about it.
Listen to me. There's a song.
Forget about it.
It's a newer song. It's not like brand new, but Sam Hunt sings it, I think. And it's called Water Under the Bridge. And one of the I had just heard it on the radio today. Okay. And one of the like the quotes in the song, like the lines, is I hit on this girl that my buddy used to like. He wanted to fight me in the parking lot, and 5 years later, me and him are best buds, like nothing ever happened, and I haven't seen that bitch since.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
but like the thing is though, is like when girls get in arguments and they don't talk to the person anymore, sometimes it's like those people probably shouldn't be in your life anyway. So it's not even like holding a grudge. Like I don't hold a grudge against a lot of people I still don't talk to because we got in arguments. But I just know that like it's better that we just stay out of each other's lives. So it's not necessarily like holding grudges or like, you know what I mean? Just being more peaceful for myself. Do you think I'm dramatic? Do you think I'm the problem?
Anyway, Sugar Kitty says, I'm kidding. No, I'm sorry. No, I don't. I think them stupid bitches are.
About where Holden is sleeping tonight.
The couch.
It's not even gonna be on the
couch. To the couch. I'm gonna make Bourbon Bar merch, and one of the shirts is literally gonna say, "To the couch." if you guys want one of those shirts,
that would be funny.
I am. It's gonna happen. I'm 100% serious. Handy says thirst killer, wacky, absolutely. The company in Fiji is mostly men, and you can bet it's touched by human hands. Yeah, false marketing is pretty wicked.
But why is it so silky in your mouth? Have you ever had Fiji water?
Yeah.
Do you not agree with me?
It's just thinner water.
It's just like, is it even in there?
That's what she said.
How come you get to make dirty jokes and I can't?
Because mine was innocent.
No, because you're the problem.
I was making an innocent joke. You were talking about showing the cat. Anyway.
I was making a joke. I wasn't showing anyone's cat.
And as he said, my grandfather was awesome. He used to chew Redmond with him fishing.
I'm guessing that's a form of
chewing tobacco? Maybe. PJ Slack said that would work too. To something. Probably the remedies for this. Casey says, Loren as a furry. As long as her and Sugar Kitty did a collab, it would work. Absolutely. That would just be the best. Probably.
Do we need to clarify to Casey that Sugar Kitty's not a furry?
Yeah, I think he knows that he's not a furry.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I think that would probably break the internet if Loren and Sugar Kitty did a collab dressed as furries. I don't think the world is ready for that dynamic duo at this point in time. And
I think that would make a really good furry.
Hanging Daisy says, that is too weird for me, and for that, I'm out.
Is he leaving for real?
No, that was a thing from Letterkenny.
Oh, fuck.
I'm out. Anyway, gotta run. Hope to catch a future live. Keep Lauren. She does add to the show, though this is the first time I've seen you. Cheers, everyone.
She adds to the show.
Cheers, PJ Slots. Thanks for coming here. I hope to see you again soon. So we'll be looking for you. 3 to 4 months with the cherries. Yes, we got that. Thank you. Wisconsin. A year and change might be dangerous. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just have to finish them off faster. The Bourbon Bar, living dangerously on questionable cherries. That's true. That's why you got to pop them like Molly.
Holden, you're getting less and less innocent by the moment.
It was soap poisoning.
Holden's mom used to put soap in his mouth.
I did get soap in the mouth. That's why you don't say bad words, everybody. I gotta catch up on these comments. I'm gonna go super fast. Milk and dairy expiration dates are a good idea. That's true. No one wants chunky milk. Dirty Shirley is with alcohol. Absolutely, that we did know that. Just cherry 7-Up. Cherry 7-Up and cherry juice. Yeah? Wait.
7-Up and cherry juice.
No, because the grenadine... Cherry 7-Up does not taste as good as a kitty cocktail. I mean, a kitty cocktail is like this much grenadine.
He's not saying cherry 7-Up. He's saying 7-Up and cherry. Yes. And you kind of make it that way. Like when we were at home and we had Shirley Temples, my parents put old-fashioned mix in it. So we had Sprite and old-fashioned mix. But if you go to a restaurant, they usually use grenadine, which is pomegranate.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the restaurant. Some places do use cherry juice. It just depends on where you go. But
that's
they all taste
true
good,
because
so
my old work, I used to work at a dining hall where we did like weddings and stuff, and we made our it wasn't grenadine actually. It was more like old fashioned mix kind of. But we used cherry juice and we added like sugar and something else and blended it up into like a cherry juice thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we would get the big thing of maraschino cherries, and then like all of the juice, like this juice that was left over in it, we would pour it into a blender with like sugar and some other stuff like lime juice or something, and make like the concentrate.
And if you look on grenadine, it says pomegranate flavors with lime juice.
Yeah.
So you just made cherry grenadine.
Yeah, basically. Jacob should have ordered Black Bush.
I know what Black Bush is. What is it?
I forget.
It sounds so familiar. Like I know it. Did you just dribble everywhere?
No, it leaked on. It sweated on me.
Okay. Better not be wasting whiskey.
I would never waste whiskey.
That is a lie, and we both know it.
When did I ever waste whiskey?
Lots of times.
Anyway, I gotta catch up in the comments before we...
You are slow. Don't lie to the people and say you're gonna do it fast.
Jake says I'll take on the rocks, hold the rocks so you can throw them at someone later. That's good point.
I should have worn my shirt.
Trigger says they certainly don't let kids in the places. I asked if the waitress had Black Bush.
What the heck is Black Bush and why don't I remember what it is?
I don't know. Guys, can you clear up what Black Bush is? 4-Leaf Whiskey, Stacey H is in the house. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Stacey. Thanks for coming in. Hey, and AZ says you can bring the kids to bars in Arizona as long as they serve food and they must be out by 10 p.m.
No, you can bring the kids to bars in Wisconsin and they can sit at the bar. They just can't drink the alcohol. That's true. Actually, if your parents buy it for you, you can.
4-Leaf Whiskey says I haven't had a hot toddy in 24 hours.
Wow. You're being deprived.
Living on the edge, for sure. Was the voice of Putty from Seinfeld as well? Was that when I was saying, hey, Peter?
He was in Seinfeld?
Interesting.
He wasn't in Seinfeld.
I'm sure he said a friend of my father insisted on giving my 10-year-old brother a larger beer for a bad cold. Turned out my brother was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes. The alcohol really put him in the ER. Wow.
Oh
I didn't mean to laugh. That wasn't funny. That's wild. Wow. Once again, Sugar Kitty leading one of the most interesting lives and having the most...
Sugar Kitty, that's his brother.
Well, I know, but he still had to experience it.
It's true, I guess.
Redbreast cast strength makes a great old-fashioned. I believe that, although I still have yet to have Redbreast. I was going to have it the other day, but I had Green Spot instead, right? Was it Green Spot or was it Red? It was Green Spot, right? Yeah. It was good. I liked it, actually. I haven't had much Irish, but that was probably the best one I've had so far. It was just at a bar, but it was an Irish pub.
It was.
And their food was fantastic. Talking about the corned beef. Ah, yes, very good, very good. Casey says,
Guys, there's something at the bottom that nobody wants to see.
okay, well, I'm almost there actually.
We're
Casey
still
says you can
going.
do a hot toddy when you get sick, and tell us if it helps you with your cold symptoms. Good idea.
Well, it's gonna make my cold symptoms
make an
go away
update.
when I'm hammered off of the whiskey and just pass the F out.
That's true. Hanging Z says beer is good for certain ailments. Really cleans out the pipes. That's true. Fiji water has a higher pH from filtering through volcanic rock. Interesting. Smart water has the same effect.
When I was in college, used to drink light water, which I think is the same as smart water. I can't really remember. It's pH balanced, right?
I used to drink garden hose water. That was the best.
Well, I drank that when I was a kid too. Okay.
It was the most refreshing water. Sure, he says, can you imagine if there was one of those bourbon weekends somewhere and I actually showed up in a cat suit? Oh, that would just be the greatest. I think you would like people would be going to the show for the whoever's putting it on. They would see Sugar Kitty, and then the show would just be completely flipped around. Like, yeah. By the way, Bourbon Junkies hit 100,000 subscribers today. Congratulations to them. I think they're live streaming at 9:00 my time. So whatever time that is for everyone else. But very cool. Good job on their part. I'll probably go to Pours in the Park next year. It's going to be...
Stop telling people we're going to do things when we're going to be poor next year.
But I have 170 hours of vacation to take.
I don't. Are you going to go by yourself?
Well, it's going to be a weekend thing. So anyway, but if anyone's going to Pours in the Park, my goal is to make it there next year. I mean, realistically, it's not that far for us. It's just a 7-hour drive. Right?
Does it look like
if we take the ferry across Michigan or Lake Michigan, or would we go up and around?
Well,
if we went under, we could go through Chicago and get stands. I think they're closer to the middle of the state, but I don't really know. But Casey says in a cat suit with your cat. True, it could be cat mania. He says, I don't think I could get a cat suit, or I don't think I could get within a mile of either of my cats if I dressed that way. That's true. They would probably try to scratch your eyes out. Black Bush Irish Whiskey Bushmills product. Yeah. I actually did know that. Ooh, my kitty. Also, there is a, that is in the chat. So
no, they already deleted it.
Oh, good job, everybody. Should any of us be surprised we attract a bot? Well, you know what? When we're as cool as us.
What is XYZ sex?
Why?
Because that's what Hanging Maisie is asking, and I don't know.
Well, Hanging Maisie, I'm assuming that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 sex XYZ were taken. So he had to be 18 sex XYZ, and I'm pretty sure sex ABC and then sex B, C, D, and all the other letters were also all taken, so he just had to settle with XYZ. Because you'd probably be surprised by how many sex robots are out in the world right now. But I don't think it's an actual thing. Yes, Putty dated Elaine on Seinfeld.
I haven't watched Seinfeld in so long, and I still only think...
And Putty loved Arbus.
Of Seinfeld, of watching Dan Bino, who was in the chat before, drink his 3 shots of Jim Bourbon to go to bed.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that was the last time I watched Seinfeld, was that day.
Putty also played The Tick. The Tick.
I'm so confused. I did not know that this guy was in Seinfeld. Or whatever.
I don't even watch Family Guy.
I don't either, but the guy who plays it is the same guy from... you would recognize him right away. Hold on, I'm going to show you.
Is he the same guy who's in The Emperor Strikes Back?
No idea.
The guy with the super deep voice.
What?
You know the guy from... or The Emperor's New Groove? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Is that the same guy? I was going to say the voice is...
This guy.
That's what the voice I was thinking of. Hey, Peter. Yeah. Joe Dickinson says, come to Pours in the Park, Holden. We can hang.
Wow, he is from Seinfeld.
Well, then I'll have to be there. It's Dickens. But yeah, I'll definitely have to be there. I can't remember if they said they were doing it at the end of June this year instead of August, because last year was such a mess being at the end of August because school was starting and everyone who had kids kind of had stuff to do. But my goal is to make it out there and also to have Loren come with, obviously.
Someone want to help? Does someone want to share a hotel room with us?
Well, we could probably convince Casey and Dave to come.
True.
Maybe.
And
I mean, they like vacationing.
Share a hotel with us so we can be cheaper.
But anyway, no upside down pineapples while we're there. Hey AZ says hose water was good. Good times.
First of all, I'm not upside down pineappling with any of your friends.
You should have just said anybody.
Well, there are people I would have upside down pineapple with, but not your friends.
Who?
Dua Lipa.
That's right. Ian Somerhalder.
Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot. If you guys don't know what upside down pineapple is, you just have to ask. Hose water was good. Good times. I loved hose water. So good. And I lived in the country too, so it was all well water, and it was just like this unfiltered greatness. I don't like tap water, but I will drink out of the hose. Weird. I don't like tap water, but when I lived, because I grew up in the country, so we had well water, and it tastes completely different than city water, and it's
I grew up in the city. We
50
just drank
times
out of
better.
the tap, and my parents said if we said we wanted filtered water, my parents would have told us to suck it up and drink damn fucking tap water. That's what they would have told us. And then they would have smacked us. Not fighting.
Bino said yes, I did. Haha.
He did.
Yep. For anyone who hasn't hit that like button and give the Bourbon Bar a follow on YouTube and Instagram, do so. Thanks, Casey, for shameless plugging
and
me.
TikTok.
And TikTok, which probably most of you guys aren't on. I'm going to post a TikTok tonight. It's going to be a review of Larceny Batch A123, which I did put out a review on the actual YouTube channel, but I'm going to start incorporating shorts more, YouTube shorts. That's what it's called, right? On YouTube, it's shorts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube shorts more. YouTube likes it, so it'll help me with the algorithm. It'll help YouTube like me, hopefully. They give me some more views and stuff, and honestly, they're not that hard to make, so there's a little bit of extra content. If people don't want to watch a full Bourbon Bar video, they can definitely get a slice of me by watching a YouTube short or Instagram or TikTok. Hanging Z says, good point, Holden. That was like Rain Man. I am impressed.
Well, what the hell were we talking about?
I don't know. What were we talking about? The guy from
No, I don't think so.
Rain Man. Wasn't Rain Man like a gangster who gambles or something?
I don't know why you even asked.
I feel like we talked about Rain Man once already, but
no, we didn't.
That was like Rain Man. What was like Rain Man? I want to know.
He's saying you were like Rain Man.
Well, I know I'm cool like Rain Man, but I don't know in what regards he was saying that to.
If you talked a little bit faster, we would know.
That's true. But this old fashioned that I made is better. It actually like that kind of alcoholicness on the front end turned into a little bit more sweetness, and which is
I just don't get any of
nice.
the spiced cherry.
I wouldn't say that I get a lot of the cherry in it, but it's sweeter. I can't pull out that it's cherry sweetness that I'm getting.
It's good.
But it's sweeter and it's good.
But it doesn't taste like spiced cherry.
Yeah, but I just added probably 6 to 8 more drops of this spiced cherry. Well, we want to get the taste here. We're making specific old fashions. I don't want to drink the same thing over and over again. Because the definition of doing the same thing over and over again is literally...
Oh, apparently you called yourself a savant, and I don't know what that means either.
That's because I am a savant. I explained what a savant was to you last time.
Definitely changed the flavor.
Did it? In a good way or a bad way?
I don't know. It still doesn't taste any different, but just tastes stronger.
You just had to change the flavor.
Yeah, like it tastes stronger.
Oh, no, I get the cherry.
I don't get any of the cherry.
A lot more. But honestly, I get the cherry, but it comes with more spice than the cherry. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the spice got amplified more than the cherry got amplified.
Sure.
By doing that. Much better than Old Fashioned number 1, though. And Bino says I'm going to have 3 more tonight, too. Good.
Nobody was there. Nobody understands how funny it was.
Joe Dickinson said the hotel room is dirt cheap. Good. Hopefully it'll still be cheap next year. Or this year, actually. Because it is 2023. But 4-Leaf Whiskey says a garden hose is just an old school filter. Water always tastes better. That's absolutely 100% accurate. The actor's name is Patrick Warburton. Yep, that's what we found too. Hose water is just the best, really, says Casey. Yeah, I would have to agree. Derek says, Lauren, your parents sound horrible. Yeah, who are those gosh darn people?
Did you ever offer us filtered water? No. You didn't.
I never had filtered water
You know what you
until I
would
was
have said
like,
to me? My parents used to make me drink out of a lake. That's what you would have said. Come at me with
Rain Man was an idiot savant, he says. An idiot savant. That's not even a good savant.
You're an idiot. It's okay.
Izzy says we drank out of the hose after playing football or after whatever the heck we were doing. Must have tasted good because we were thirsty. Nobody drank bottled water in the 60s. Well, I can agree with you there. Definitely running around in the backyard as a kid, just absolutely panting and just wanting nothing else but to just.
You never drank out of the
Suck straight out
stream
of
in
the
your
hose?
backyard?
No.
No, really?
No. You know, it was probably moving fast enough to be
I
clean
feel like
water.
if I lived at your house, that my brother would have
There were bugs in there.
drinking it. Well, you're a kid.
But the stream, it
Bugs
was.
are just like pure
We didn't really
protein.
go by the stream because like we could drown.
It was that deep?
Well, it depends if it rained or not. If it rained, that entire ravine would be flooded. Like flooded. Like it would look more like a river, like an actual river, like the Fox River, than it would look like a stream. Well, the entire bottom of the thing would be filled with water. It would look like it was. Actually, I have pictures and stuff on my phone, but Peter says Dustin Hoffman. I'm so confused right now. Rain Man came up because Holden called himself a savant. Did I really call myself a savant?
You must have.
When? I don't remember. But maybe I am one. 80s, not that old. Rain Man is a fictional hitman. Or sorry, John Rain is a fictional hitman. The only thing I know about Rain Man is that Eminem has a song called Rain Man, and it's a bop. Sugar Kitty says that's exactly why we brought up Rain Man. That's a savant.
Guys, I'm too confused and stupid to understand what's happening right now.
Me too. Rain Man was an autistic man, but he could do toothpicks and cards. But he could count toothpicks and cards in Vegas. I'm still confused why I was being called Rain Man.
Because you are. You're weird.
So basically, if I understand this correctly, I got called Rain Man, which I thought was a compliment, but turns out everyone was calling me autistic and stupid.
That's not very nice, guys.
Yeah, guys, come on. I mean, apart from me absolutely annihilating everyone at poker normally, actually, I've only never won money at poker once. Oh my gosh, what do you do? No.
Well, hurry up. You gotta eat these cherries. We're supposed to be drinking old fashions on this freaking live stream.
I have to drink freaking Booker's yet.
You need to drink your mystery cup or you ain't getting no Bookers.
This
you do
is
not
Booker's.
get to take your Bookers unless you get that right.
This has so much gosh dang peanuts in it. I swear. Like liquid peanut butter.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, you want me to finish this before I drink Booker's?
No, I said you have to get it right before you can drink Bookers.
Really?
And if you don't get it right, then I get to drink the Bookers.
It smells so good. I mean, I'm kind of serious about it being Booker's, but not. It could be any kind of like Beam product or anything that's super nutty, actually. But it's super like nice. And it also has like red fruit in it, and a lot of oak too. I mean, the nose is fantastic. I love the nose on it. Like the nose is to die for. 10 out of 10. This ice is melting.
I told you it wasn't gonna stay unless you put it in the freezer.
You want to just give me some more ice, please?
Aww.
Actually, we'll just wait until my last
Why
old
do you need that
fashioned.
much ice in it anyway?
Because I wanted to empty the thingy.
If you would just use half that amount of ice, we could have had ice for the next one.
Yeah, but all these ones, the ice melted too fast. And the faster the ice melts, the more it waters down the whiskey, and that is a hidden trick. So this one is orange bitters, which a lot of people use orange bitters in their old fashions because of the fact that there's an orange peel. And honestly, an orange peel would probably changes a lot.
I don't like orange.
So I just went ahead and I did a lot of droplets on that one right away because I didn't feel like lollygagging and half-assing it.
Ow!
Sorry.
What does this look like?
And a 1/4 cup of simple syrup in the glass. And finally, we are
What
going
is
to
that?
do. That is some wood from the bar.
Why? Why is
Because I
there?
have issues.
Because you're picking at it? Oh, yeah,
Then we have some Woodford Reserve bourbon and some Luxardo cherries.
How many cherries can we fit?
No, why
on?
3? I don't understand.
Because you need to eat them. I don't want to get cherry poisoning.
But anyway, 10 minutes to Wapner. Kmart sucks. What?
What? Kmart doesn't suck.
I don't know what that
There was
is.
a Kmart in my
Wapner?
college town, but it closed my sophomore year. But I went on the last day it was open. And we
I
used to
bet you
go
feel
there all
special,
the
don't you?
time. I do feel special. And I did a lot, and we would go there and we would buy everything under the sun because it was Kmart. And everything was cheap and it had a really big clearance rack and the food was kind of expired, but that's okay.
All these chairs are expired, but they're still okay.
Exactly.
I gave one to Casey the other day.
Uh-oh.
I think.
He's getting
it
a
Casey?
cherry itch too.
I think so. Derek says all this from a little girl who packed a Miller High Life in my lunchbox.
I did do that.
She did do that.
I did.
Casey said, true, it was pretty deep sometimes. Absolutely. And, normally deep isn't a bad thing, but...
Hold it. What is wrong with you?
Joe Dickinson says, make a Booker's old-fashioned.
No, he doesn't get Booker's unless he gets his mystery glass.
Technically, I'm already drinking Booker's.
You're like the biggest eye roll on YouTube.
The thing is, like, I'm just because it's Booker's is sitting here, I feel like I'm talking
Then
myself
put it
and
over
making it
there
Booker's.
and stop doing that.
But it smells like it has so much nut in it, and I love a good nut.
What is wrong with you?
So much.
I'm drinking this.
You don't like orange though.
Kind of just tastes like a regular.
Regular old fashioned.
Yeah.
That's because regular old fashioned has orange in it. Oh, that's classic. I really think about an orange peel that would make all this a lot different. The orange peel is definitely missing because this tastes
Well, then maybe we should be more prepared. Holden was
like
not
a classic. That tastes like a classic old fashioned. Just very good. And Joe Dickinson, I will make a Booker's old fashioned at some point. It might not be on this live stream because, well, let's be honest, I've been drinking a lot. I don't think I need to add another 125 proof old fashioned, but maybe next live stream or one of these live streams. Don't let me forget. I'll make a Booker's old fashioned. I'll drink it. Sugar says last stream I think Holden wanted to be like Dan Shook, so he called himself a savant. Most people don't understand the history of that term. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't remember doing it this
Are you that one
stream.
that doesn't understand the history of that term?
I'm one of the people. I'm guilty of that. Honestly, I didn't even know what it was except for the fact that Dan Shook called himself that. And I called myself that sarcastically. I don't actually think that I'm good at... I mean, I think that I've grown considerably and I've gotten a lot better at all of this, but I'm still not a sommelier, a savant. But, I'm better than I was, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Damn right, Derek, says Bino. Those two are best buds. Peter White says the movie Looper, main bad guy was Rainmaker, so your savant may have kicked in when you said gangsta. Looper's a good movie. Is that the one with is it Tom Cruise and there's time travelers and he shoots a guy in a cornfield?
I've never seen it.
I'm asking Peter.
Well, you're never gonna be able to figure out what he said because it
I
takes
may
you
have-
4 hours to get through
I
it.
may have mixed 5 movies together there in my question, but you're pinching my fat. Hey, he says, does Holden have a Golden Glen?
No,
Unfortunately not.
he's not from Love Is Blind. They can't have alcohol technically shown on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
originals, So, yeah.
Kmart is out of business. Busyness.
I know,
yes.
and it's depressing.
Sad times. They have a new animated show called Koala Man about Australian family. Watch it. I saw an advertisement for that, and it looked kind of funny. Sears bought Kmart. Neither of them can keep their head above water. Run by IBM. IBM.
Stupid
That's
IBM.
IBM is a big brand, isn't it? Or a big company.
I'm sure.
They own a lot of stuff, I thought.
Can't get their shit together.
Casey said, "True, I didn't die, and I have yet to get some Luxardo cherries for my cocktails.
Oh.
But you should because they're the best cherries." Holden, did you ever reveal the mystery box? Did I miss that?
Yes, you did. You missed
The
it.
mystery box, like
Holden can re-reveal
the
it if
giveaway?
you want.
What mystery box? Oh, this mystery box. My Angels Envy 2022 limited edition cask strength. Yeah. But to be fair, I also got a Russell's 13, and then I have an Old Fitz, and I have a Parker's Heritage. And last week, Loren scored me one of these bad boys.
Don't say Loren scored you, and then don't act like Loren didn't score you the Russells too.
That's true, she did.
When I go to the store and I wear a low cut top, the people give me whatever I want. I'm just kidding.
I got this from the
I'm
same
just
store
kidding.
that Loren got the Russells.
I
13
think
at.
I put my arm in the blanket and the cherry juice.
Well, now you have an expired blanket.
It's all over me. I don't know where it's coming from.
Kmart is history. That's true. I bought my first cassette tape at Kmart. Def Leppard, Pyromania. Wow.
Oh, I found
Pyromania,
it. It's
rockin'.
right here.
I don't know if I know any Def Leppard songs.
Holden. I think you do. I'm going to Google some for you.
Oh, yes. Casey was clarifying, and yes, I think that is what he's talking about. Henry Z says, I liked to buy appliances at Sears. Good stuff, Maytag.
You don't know this song.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Joe Dickinson says, that's all it was. Disappointing. Hey, you know what? It was a big deal for me, okay? That was a bottle that I wanted for a very long time.
And you know what he did? We were at the store, because I told him that it was too much money, and he's like, I used to dream about it when I was little. My mom knew when I was 23 years old, I would find at the store and buy it for myself so I can get it now, and my mom said I could. That's literally what happened at the store.
It worked.
No, it didn't. I walked away.
She was pissed. But she was okay once I sold, because I had already bought an Angels Envy store pick, and she was not happy. But then I sold that one to Casey. So
Casey,
she was
you literally saved Holden from getting an ass whipping when he got home.
to the couch is
To
what
the
would have
freaking
happened.
couch.
Peter White says Bruce Willis.
They're just saying people, and I'm just confused why.
He's talking about Looper.
Oh, Bruce Willis was in Looper.
Oh yeah, but is that still is that the one where he shoots the guy in the cornfield though? And then Casey said, yeah, that's what you're talking about. And then Joe Dickinson said, you have some unbelievable luck in the past few weeks. Oh my gosh, I know. I literally have just been getting all the models. Like,
Except for the stag, I'm sorry.
Except for the frickin' stag. I went to a couple stores because I saw it around Wisconsin, and every store that I went to said they literally did this. Oh, I think we just sold out, and I'm just like, stop giving me that shit. Why don't you just have one in the back just for me? Come on, that's all I want is a stag junior.
Why don't you give them a little
Or
sugar, and then they would save some stag for
Maybe
you.
you should have pulled your tits out, and then they would have given me a stag.
Holden, it's inappropriate to talk about your fiance like that.
You're allowed to say it,
How would
but
you
I'm
like to
not.
say? Maybe you should pull your balls out, and maybe they'd give it to you.
I think they would run in the other direction. Scary times. And what are those? What are those? But anyway, yeah, I definitely have been a very lucky guy. Henry Z says, Barmung on your blankie.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. And Holden's not going to clean it.
Nope. Bino says, wow, ha. Joe Dickens said that impression sounded like me when I bought 20 or 2 old Carters. LOL. Hey, old Carters are $200 a piece. Well, actually, I guess it depends on the batch. But
so he spent $100 more than you. Whoop-de fucking
that was only $230, $220.
Okay, then let's talk about these two.
Yeah. What do we need to say? Okay, it was only because I bought them at the same time. The bill was $450. At least the old Rip Van Winkle was only $70.
You didn't buy that.
Well, yeah, but
Lauren bought it.
But Lauren's taking it off of rent for this month.
I'm not going to give you any rent this month.
Why?
I paid you in other ways.
I don't remember. The brownies are for you. Her brownies have sweet potatoes in them. I'll just let that sit there. Bino says, good show, guys. Love it. Thanks, Bino. Thanks for being here.
Because we're entertaining.
So, long story short, this old-fashioned, it really tastes like a classic old-fashioned. I think a lot of them nowadays are made with orange bitters. The ones at the Bourbon Room that I just posted about on my Instagram, if you guys follow me there, but the ones at the Bourbon Room are made with orange bitters and Elijah Craig. Yeah, it's orange bitters, Elijah Craig, and it's a barrel-aged.
Do you know if they make it and then they barrel age it, or do they just barrel age the whiskey?
No, they make it, then they barrel age everything except for like the soda.
Yeah.
And then so it's basically like a normal old fashioned, like in all the other states when it's sitting in the barrel. It's just bitters.
Minus the sugar though.
No, with the sugar. Oh. It's bitters, simple syrup, and bourbon.
They
in a
age
barrel.
my margarita too, but I think it's just the tequila.
Well, it's the tequila, lime juice, and triple sec.
I don't think they put the triple sec.
No, they do.
Because when they make it, if you watch them make it in the cup, they still pour.
Yeah, but you don't normally say barrel aged old fashions when you order it.
They only have one now. It's just the same thing.
Either way, they make some great old fashions over there. I posted about it on my Instagram yesterday, and it's because it's great. Peter White says, yes, Willis comes back, and his younger self, Joseph Levitt, is waiting with the blunderbuss.
What?
The blunderbuss. Yep. I have seen that movie a very long time ago. Casey said those are worth it, though. I mean, where are you going to find those again?
Look at Casey. You didn't even find one, so you can't come at us where we're going to find it again. First of all. Second of all, Loren has her ways. Okay? I can get anything I want. And that's mostly just because I'm spoiled.
Then where's my stag?
You know what, Holden? If you were a little bit nicer to me, you would get your stag.
To the couch. Independent Joe! Cheers, Independent Joe. Cheers all. Hope everyone had an awesome holiday season and a happy new year. That's not a turkey, that's the confetti thing. Independent Joe, I'm using your glass because I started this new thing where Lauren pours me a mystery Glen every week because I failed so epically in our battle that we pour a mystery Glen in your glass every week so I can try to become better for next time that we show down. Henry Z says Joseph Levitt is a good actor. What else is Joseph Levitt in?
Lots of stuff.
But like what?
Oh.
I gotta I can't picture his face right now. Lauren charged Holden secondary against the rent.
That's a good idea.
Oh, not for me. Casey says, wait, sweet potatoes and brownies? Yes, actually.
If there's any left on Friday, you can have some.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that uncommon. People put not tomatoes. Fucking, what am I saying? Pumpkin. People use pumpkin in a lot of baking and stuff, and avocados because it's more like a moist maker. Oh, he's Robin. Duh. And he's in Inception. Duh.
He's in lots of stuff.
Yeah. He's the guy I was thinking about when I was picturing Looper. That's what I remember. Cheers, kitty. Yes, guys, put the links in the thing to Independent Joe. Thanks, Hang on AZ, for doing that. Hang on AZ says Holden will start hiding bourbon in the shed.
We don't have a shed.
I have so much. I have so much bourbon now. I mean that I have floor whiskey. I never thought I would get to the point where I had floor whiskey, but honestly, all of my Buffalo Trace products are on the floor right there because I designated this shelf to be my allocated stuff. Because this shelf is my allocated favorite stuff, and this shelf is just my super awesome rare allocated stuff. That shelf is just like the ECVPs, Larceny Barrel Proofs, and stuff like that. And then up there, I got like the Booker's stuff, which I'm gonna have to add this guy too. And then that shelf up there is like more allocated stuff, but like Discovery Series, Midwinters, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I definitely, if I had a shed, it'd be a good place to put bourbon. If it was insulated,
What if
heated,
the
and
squirrels came and ate it?
I would cry. Casey says to the couch for the stag. Absolutely. Independent Show says you let me win. Well, I don't know about that, but next time it's definitely going to be a closer match. That is guaranteed. Maybe. And as he said, it was a tie. Or Independent Joe says he would agree it was a tie. You know, you guys can say what you wish, but it's okay if I lose. I'm not against losing. I think it makes a playful competition, giving me the opportunity to come back and win next time. So even if we did tie, Peter White says Sin City. That is Vegas, right? Sin City. Yes.
We have one more Holden.
I know. Hey, he says floor whiskey is the most dangerous of whiskeys. Beware. I know. Yeah, I got all the Buffalo Trace products right here. So that's 8 bottles. And then I have a bunch of newer stuff over there that I got. So that's another 6 bottles over there. That's all floor whiskey. And that's because all my shelves and stuff are full. And I even have double layers on the big shelf over there. But we're going to make the last old fashioned using the chocolate bitters. This is probably one of the ones I'm most excited about.
We don't have any more ice.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in a Crown Royal glass.
That's Crown Royal?
Yep.
Where'd you get that from?
I got this from... I got that from Goodwill because I used to drink... When I first started drinking bourbon, I put a large ice cube in a glass like that, and I put Jefferson's Reserve in it, and I drank it. That was my go-to back when I was freshly 21 in my parents' basement drinking bourbon. So that was a good time though, because what I would do is it was kind of an adaptation period for me where I was getting used to the notes and flavors of bourbon and trying to like bourbon a lot more. So what I did was I would sit in my room watching TV like on a random night.
He was in his room alone because he was a loner.
She's not wrong, but then I would pour myself a glass of Jefferson's Reserve or Bullet. I had Bullet the most probably, but Jefferson's Reserve was like my... Before I knew... Yeah, it was like my fancy bottle that I would pour. Oh, yes. Nice and dark. But anyway...
It's splashing everywhere. No wonder we're not getting the flavors on any of it.
Honestly, I put so much more bitters in when I use Angostura because I just dash it. But I think that's the problem with these is I wasn't putting enough dashes. But this one has almost a full syringe in it. So, it smells so good. I just want to, honestly, I forgot to taste all these other bitters.
Okay, let's make this old fashioned.
We're going to make this old fashioned first. Gosh. We're going to go with 1/4 ounce of simple syrup and a 1.5 ounces of Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey. I can't wait till I get a new camera for you guys and then my quality goes up.
Almost there.
Because we're very close. I'm getting one at
138 more people.
What am I at? 162?
Yep.
So 138 more subscribers, guys, and I am getting a new camera, and it's gonna finally be of higher show quality. It is gonna be a good one.
Okay. Would you like to use the spoon?
You can't stir it in a square glass. Oh. Okay. Henry Z says you got some Indie Joe's finest whiskey. You won, Holden. That's true. And it's funny that I loved the rare hair because I didn't realize I liked Dickel, but the rare hair was great. So I can smell the chocolate bitters from here.
I can smell it over here.
I'm so excited to taste this. I hope it doesn't disappoint. What? What's so funny? What'd you do? You don't like it, do you? Spit it in the cup.
Mm-mm.
Just turn around and spit it in the cup.
Oh, that was really hard to drink for me.
You didn't like that?
It didn't taste bad. I just couldn't swallow it.
Oh, why?
It was like weird.
It literally tastes like when you have chocolate notes on bourbon. That's what it tastes like.
But like it fucked up.
I mean,
my
extreme
mouth.
though. It tastes like a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, it does taste like a Tootsie Roll.
Like an extreme Tootsie Roll. I love Tootsie Rolls. That is interesting. Yes, Independent Joe makes a good point. Love this channel and great content. Then why not join the Bourbon Bars Patreon family? Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes,
join the
guys.
Bourbon Bars Patreon.
Click the link. Well, I got a Patreon and
if I
post.
have to pour all those damn glasses of whiskey and nobody watches the videos, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she does
that
pour
was really
the videos
angry.
for
I'm
Patreon.
sending everyone to the couch right now.
Yeah, no, Patreon, I definitely have some exclusive videos and exclusive content for you guys. Whenever I do a review, I kind of do Patreon video exclusive to that review, pairing it against, like, you know, something similar or a different version of that or a different batch of it, or even just comparing it to, like, a mixture or whatever. But it's just kind of a fun place to hang out. I'm going to get a Discord eventually. I'm going to be doing a lot of other things.
What the hell's a Discord?
Private chat where everyone can talk to me. Like, all the Patreons will be able to, like, actually one-on-one talk to me, just, like, texting in a group chat.
Because you're so talkative.
Well, I mean, if they wanted to ask me a question or if I found a bottle. Like, if I found a rare bottle that someone wanted, but, like, I already had, I could, like, buy it and put it in a group chat.
Pictures of yourself sleep on the couch on your Patreon.
True. But, yes, guys, please check out my Patreon if you're interested. It's only $2 a month for the lowest tier, $5 for the higher tier. Right now, all I'm offering is the exclusive content, but in time, there will be Glencairn's t-shirts, merch, all that kind of stuff. That's all on track. The only thing stopping me at this point is the fact that we're saving up for a house because I'm ready to get a new set and I got to get a camera. But other than that, I'm fully prepared to invest in some Bourbon Bar merch and Glencairns and glasses and all that kind of stuff. So that'll all be available on Patreon first, and then eventually do some barrel picks. And you know, my boss actually told me that he would fund the barrel picks. Did I tell you that? My boss said that he would be an investor.
As long as he gets a free one, or what?
Well, no, I mean, he would get a part of the cut for whatever profit is, which isn't like, it's not like I sell, you know, it's not like you sell a barrel pick for like 10 times over profit, but then I wouldn't need to take out a loan. Basically, he would invest, give me the money, buy the barrel. I mean, we didn't really talk about it. It was kind of like we were talking about like how that was my plan, and then he had said, when you get to that point, let me know, and I'd love to be an investor for that. And I was like, okay. But basically, I think he would just like to come on the pick with me and try some whiskey.
For the experience.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's not losing any money. In fact, he's gaining money, and you know, it allows me to do barrel picks and bring whiskey to people who probably can't get, like driftless blend type of stuff. You know, so yeah. Hanging AZ says I still don't own a Glen. Well, Hanging AZ.
Wow, we have an extra Bourbon Bar one,
and we're gonna be doing a giveaway soon here with it. So if you win that, you will have your first Glencairn.
Nobody told me that my eyebrows go that high and I look really creepy. My eyebrows go way higher than yours. God, don't do that. My head is so big compared to yours.
No, it's not.
Holden, look at it.
That's because you're putting it closer to the camera.
No, I'm the same as you. I have a big old fat head.
Hanging AZ says Bullet Rye is good. I always drank Bullet Bourbon. I actually haven't had Bullet Rye since I started drinking whiskey seriously. So I'd be interested to taste it again. But Independent Joe says, anytime you want to battle Hanging AZ, you can get a Glen. Full send Hanging AZ. I would love to see that.
It's a fancy one too. Ours don't have it like.
Yeah, Independent Joe's is like in like this whole circle is like indented, and then the actual words for Independent Joe Bourbon whiskey is actually, it's not the embossed part. It's like extruded.
Ours are just lasered on because we're cheapos.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily because we're cheapos. It's just that we didn't really get choice. It's just what they offered us. And by the time that I
just don't know where you get fancy ones.
Well, by the time that I get glasses like this, I'll be batch buying. So I'll probably be buying a few, like a lot. So I won't be paying that price because I don't want to sell them to everyone for $25 a Glen because that's, you know, expensive. Eventually, I'd like to get it down to like a more reasonable price, but maybe I'll get a few and sell them at that price. If people wanted them, they can buy them. Otherwise, it's like I'm only gonna buy a few, so it's not gonna be a big deal. But that is the tentative plan. Hey, Nazy says I have to do a Goodwill down the street to check out the glassware and wash it 3 times. Honestly, Goodwill has some good stuff, but I've never seen a Glencairn there. And he says, Joe, I will start training. I'm excited to see that battle whenever it
I want to
comes.
know what he looks like.
Hey,
That's
easy.
the only thing that bothers me is I don't know what anyone looks like.
Well, you know what Sugar Kitty looks like.
Yeah.
And Joe.
And Joe.
And Casey, obviously,
Well,
and your dad, and DeBino.
That's it, though.
But
Everyone send Holden selfies of yourself so I can put a face to your name.
if people join the Discord, we can all hang out and send photos and do whatever whenever we get new whiskey and
Guys, you
stuff.
should get a Bourbon Bar Snapchat.
Can I ever show you what Dustin looks like?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll do it later. Joe says, love wristwatches and love to save some money. Then use discount code Bourbon Bar for 30% off your next watch at wristmafia.com. It's actually 20% now, which I probably have to change. Is probably my description is 30%. That's my bad, but it's actually 20% now. But yes, guys, use the coupon code Bourbon Bar at checkout for 20% off of your first order at Wrist Mafia. It's a subscription company where you can get wristwatches sent to your house every month for only $40 a month. Each watch valued at $100 or more. So it's just kind of a good way to expand your collection. And yeah, that is that. I can't stop smelling Tootsie Rolls in this glass.
Then drink it.
If you guys could smell this chocolate bitters, you guys would be awestruck. Is that the right word?
I don't even know.
So, like, it honestly has some Woodford Reserve notes, but it literally almost tastes like an ECBP, like C921, because of the amount of chocolate in it.
Wow.
Like, if you guys ever needed to pick a chocolate note out of a glass of whiskey, a good way to do that would be to try something with this chocolate bitters in it, because it'll open your eyes to what that chocolate note really tastes like. That is so familiar to me in so many different ways. That's really good. I'm gonna have to pick a favorite out here, but I'm gonna catch up on these comments first. We're talking to each other. And Z says, how much is a barrel of knob approximately? I don't know off the top
Probably
of my head. I know that a typical barrel pick can range anywhere from like $8,000 to $12,000 for a barrel of whiskey, all depending on the whiskey, obviously. And that, so usually 100% transparency, I think if you buy a barrel of whiskey, if you buy a barrel pick of whiskey, it's around $8,000 to $12,000 per barrel, roughly. And then after you sell it at like their MSRP, like what they recommend you sell it at, you usually make about $3,000 to $4,000 profit. But depending on the person, see, the Bourbon Junkies, they sold out of their Russell's Reserve 2 minutes into their second tier. So it took an hour and 2 minutes to sell, to literally make probably, $5,000. For me, in order to sell out of an entire barrel of whiskey on a barrel pick would probably take closer to, weeks to months, because I don't have that many people just lined up to buy it. But like, it's kind of like I said, an investment. People buy it. Eventually, at the end, you would make some money. But as far as I know, a barrel of knob would probably cost closer to like 10 to 12. I'm assuming, because it's cast strength, and it probably would have less of a yield. So closer to like 150 bottles versus having like 200 and something. But that's only knowledge based on what I've heard from other YouTubers talking about their own barrel picks, not any research that I've done personally, and that is 100% a guess. Anyone who knows better than me, feel free to correct me, because I don't know for sure. That's just my understanding and best guess of what I think. So that's that. And AZ says, look at the size of her noggin. It's like a planetoid. It's okay. No, not quite a planetoid. More like
Look, it's not
Mordock.
actually big.
Wait, is that
Holden's
his
just
name?
got the size of a freaking peanut.
I wear a large helmet.
You have a tiny little head.
I have a big head.
You have a tiny little head.
I wear an average sized head because I have an average sized hat.
You have a tiny little head.
Your head is smaller than mine. This hat doesn't even fit you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you not see how it looked? Do we need to go back?
Okay, but perception to the camera is a whole different
Okay,
thing.
but maybe my head is just skinnier this way than yours. But it's bigger and all this.
No, I don't think so. Hanging Z says pointy yet spherical in parts. LOL.
I'm confused.
It's okay. I do well, boo. Anyway, Independent Joe says, not yet, need more Patreon or patrons so that distillery would feel safe knowing these bottles will get sold. Yeah, absolutely. And that obviously would be for me too when I get to that point.
That's going to be one day. What if you and Independent Joe gang up? Because then you two together would have enough, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't really have 3 Patreons.
Oh, I thought it just meant subscribers.
Oh, no, it's Patreon. Well, if you're selling at Patreon only, then obviously
I didn't know we were selling
a number of
Patreon
Patreons.
only.
Well,
I don't know. Casey might
I don't know. It wouldn't probably be Patreon only. It would be Patreon for the first week, and then after the first week, it would be sold to
everyone else.
Or it probably wouldn't even have to be the first week. It'd probably be the first day, but yeah. Haney Z says, I bet you have some cool pick names written down.
Let's
saying
be honest. Holden's
Joe.
not going to come up with.
No, he's talking about Independent Joe.
Oh, okay.
He said at Independent Joe, and I 100% agree. If you've seen Independent Joe's thumbnails and how creative his thumbnails are for
Well, maybe if you tried a little bit harder, yours would be cool too.
No, his collaboration thumbnails. Like when you saw when I went on and I was the Matrix, I was Neo from the Matrix, and he was Morbius with the pills. She's never seen Matrix, so she doesn't understand.
I didn't watch your live stream, to be honest with you.
Can you guys believe this woman? But anyway.
I'm also not a Patreon member.
She's not a patron member. She's not a patron. It really saddens me. I mean, all this hard work that I'm doing, working 2 jobs.
You're not a Patreon on my OnlyFans, so why should I be a Patreon on yours? You don't. How would you know if you don't pay for it? Exactly. Nasty.
She makes a point.
Okay, I'll pour them in your mouth.
No, I can do it.
Why?
Because I have a feeling you're going to dump the entire syringe in my mouth. I don't need to experience that horridness.
No, I only put 2 drops.
If you put any more than 2 drops, I'm going to be seriously upset. Tricky D, how many bottles out of a big producer like Knob Creek? No, seriously, that one is good. Like, it's not too bitter, actually. It's got a lot of, the cherry on it.
It just tastes like really strong Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, right? Follow Bourbon Bar on TikTok for great video shorts. And
follow the Bourbon Bar on TikTok.
Yeah, follow the Bourbon Bar on TikTok. Not a whole lot of people are doing the TikTok thing. I'm trying to start. I really am.
I saw a different bourbon YouTuber on the TikTok.
There is a few.
This is chocolate.
Oh, wow.
It tastes like chocolate perfume.
It tastes like aggressive chocolate. What is that one?
This is the aromatic one. Here it is.
Hold on, I need to cleanse the palate.
Ooh, that one might have been more than 2.
Ooh, I actually like that one a lot. What was that?
I don't like orange.
She doesn't like orange, to be fair. Yeah, that was not the best. He says in a barrel ?
This one tastes like something I would have when I am sick.
What is it? Which one?
Aromatic.
Yeah. Casey says Tootsie Roll, like the song, Holden.
Want to see that Tootsie Roll?
I don't know the song.
Holden doesn't know the song, Casey. Get your shit together.
Casey says the ECB C9 or C22 and that chocolate bitters would be so good. Large oak presence with a nice chocolate taste.
Look at him sounding like a professional.
Absolute professional. And he's going to be here for this Booker's review that's going to come out next week.
Basically, Holden found another whiskey bitch to have on his channel. And he's going to slowly phase me out. So you guys better petition. And guess what? I'm going to put up a fight and I'm going to sue him.
You will always be on the live stream.
You didn't want to do this with me at first. You wanted to do it with Matt.
Well, technically, no. I've always wanted a partner to do this, but I've always wanted a partner who wanted to do this, and nobody else has wanted to do this. And it took a little bit of convincing to even get her here for the live streams, but now we have too much fun. Like, it would never have anyone else except for her on the live streams.
But that's not because I didn't want to do it with you. That was just because putting myself on the internet was weird. I don't even post on my social media.
True, but also, like, you're not, like, into whiskey, really. I mean, you're more here for the good times and the good vibes. Whiskey. But, I mean...
I'm only into the good shit. I don't waste my time with the fucking half-assed, watered down BS.
This disgusting stuff she would never drink, but this she's all over.
I like this one.
Oh, yeah, she likes the Parker's Heritage, but that's a hitter bottle. So, but yeah, no, I mean...
Did you just say that disgusting stuff and it was number one of the year?
No, I said she hates this stuff.
Yeah.
Disgusting stuff, but she loves this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Casey is going to be in some videos with me going forward in some actual reviews and stuff, but not the live streams, because live streams are dedicated to Loren because she's my number one. But yeah, it's nice having a nice dynamic duo, a nice offset to banter back and forth.
We are the dynamic duo, except I'm Batman.
True. Sugar says when you buy the barrel, it's full strength. Whether you want to water it down or not is usually up to you. Yeah, that's true. And as he says, sorry, Lauren, I was doing my Mike Myers, so I married an axe murderer impression.
What the fuck was his last comment? I'm so confused. Was that when he said I had a big head?
Oh, probably. Look at the size of her noggin. It's like a planetoid.
Oh, okay. Yes. I haven't seen that movie.
Me either.
Yes, you have. Haven't you?
What movie?
Austin Powers, I think.
Oh, no.
I think that's what that's from. I've never seen Austin Powers.
Never seen Austin Powers either. Haney Z says she makes you cookies and dinner.
Yeah, Holden.
Fair enough.
Cookies and dinner and brownies. Healthy brownies.
I never complained that you weren't on the YouTube channel or that you weren't into whiskey the way I was. I just said that, like, for someone who's going to be, like, in the videos reviewing whiskey, I want them to, you know, like it.
I can like it if you only give me the good stuff.
You only like Woodford Reserve and Parker's Heritage.
That's the good stuff.
There's a lot of other good stuff, but
I'm sure there is, but I haven't found them yet.
Like Booker's, which might not even be what that is. She's just likes tricking me. Independent Joe says, "Whoa, that escalated quickly. Head beer now." Oh well, I am not a ticker talker. I am not.
You can be a ticker talker.
Who is the TBF count for this stream? Or what is the TBF count? Probably 7 at least. I would think. No, maybe like 6. I think 6 or 7 probably times that I've said it. To be fair.
I don't think it's many times.
Well, the thing is, I say it twice every time I say it. I always say to be fair, and then I always enunciate it to be fair. Hanging as he says, Lauren is pretty cool, to be fair.
I am.
That's true. She is. You guys need to watch. So I Married an Axe Murderer, not Austin Powers. Oh, it's actually.
I haven't heard of that movie, so I just assumed they're talking about Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Mike Myers is Shrek. Do you want to have some Shrek quotes? Right? He's Shrek, right? I'm pretty sure he is.
I think so.
Yeah. We can do some Shrek quotes.
It's funny how much.
Like an onion.
It's funny how much the different whiskeys taste like whiskeys that have those notes in it. This tastes like Calumet 15. That's the spiced cherry. Mm-hmm. This tastes like an old fashioned because it's orange bitters, obviously. This tastes like an ECBP C921 because it's chocolatey.
I don't like the noise that made.
Those are all pretty great, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess on the mystery blend before I move on to the Bookers, which many of you guys are probably here to see.
If you can move on to the Bookers.
If. I can move on to the Bookers. So, that being said, I have in this glass from Independent Joe bourbon whiskey.
Holden's gonna say the wrong glass, and we both know it.
Booker's 2022-02.
That's what you think it is?
No, but it does have a lot of peanut in it. It's definitely got some peanut buttery goodness. Red fruit, I would say, along the lines of cherry. Maybe No, not raspberry. It really is like a cherry, peanut buttery, oak spice and chocolate. A lot of caramel in it. A lot of caramel. Sweet on the nose. Very just like chocolate peanut butter sweetness. I can't get over the peanutty nose. I don't know why.
Because you're on crack. That's why. What happened the last time you swore you smelled something in a glass? You sucked. I'm just kidding. You were just wrong.
The palate, though, doesn't seem quite as hot. I'd say 120 proof, maybe 100 in high teens. But Booker's tends to usually drink a little bit lower than other whiskeys. So, you know, I don't know. Lauren's going to have to get the questions out before we get into this, but I think I have some answers ready for it. I'll catch up on these comments before we get there. Henry Z says Mike Myers plays his own Scottish father. Comic genius. Interesting. Might be free on YouTube. Hilarious movie. We'll have to check it out. Wowzer. Like a side egg all of a sudden.
Do you want me to rub it?
Sure. Thanks. That makes me feel bad. Joe Dickinson, it's Dickens, says, love Phil Hartman in that movie. The Alcatraz tour guide, yes. Yes, that is a fine-looking Glen. It is a fine-looking Glen, if I do say so myself. I just like how it's, like, indented. It feels so much fancier. Robin says, do you need help drinking those old fashions? Yeah, come over and help drink them.
There's no soda in these, Mom.
It might be a little bit whiskey forward for you.
Them.
They're not bad.
She's gonna do the thing like she did with the Manhattan.
Well, Manhattans are a bit more bitter because of the vermouth.
Yeah.
Joe Dickinson says, "Is he still drinking the mystery pour?" Yes, I'm about to actually.
Okay,
guess
bourbon
on
or
it.
rye?
Bourbon.
State.
Kentucky.
Proof.
122 proof.
Age.
7 years.
Mash bill.
Corn, rye, barley.
Finished.
No.
Price.
What do I get for price? $5 or $10? $5. 85.
Okay.
85. Beam.
Okay. Guess.
Booker's. No, wait. No. I just don't know what else
You have 30 seconds.
I don't know what else I have that has this much nuts on it.
You have 30 seconds.
It's high enough proof, right? But it also has a lot of nuts. The thing is, Heaven Hill has nuts. So, like, it could be like a nutty ECBP. Oh, it could be a nutty larceny, to be fair. Oh, shit.
15 seconds.
Oh, crap. Larceny Barrel Proof Batch A123.
Is that your answer?
Yep. Well, there's no Larceny Barrel Proof or Booker's over there, so.
It was this.
Of course it was that. Which, by the way, is an absolute hitter bottle. Where did this place on my top 25 list?
I don't remember.
I have it right here. No worries. This was in the teens. Low teens, I believe.
Look, everyone's
16.
judging you right now.
So, that's not the right page. Okay, so this is Woodford. Old Forester, single barrel strength. This came in at
16.
Spot number 16 on top 25 whiskeys of the year. This is really good. That's what I have to say about that. Let's be honest. I mean, nuts. Okay, it's a Brown-Forman product. Really, you know how many whiskeys have a nut profile on it?
A lot. All the ones you guessed that are wrong.
The only one that isn't really known for having nuts on it is Buffalo Trace.
I don't like Buffalo Trace.
It's very sweet.
It's very
But like everyone knows that like Old Forester has a bit of a nut. Beam has a nut. Turkey has a nut. Heaven Hill has a nut. Barton has a nut. What doesn't have a nut? Like granted, they're slightly different kind of nuts, but like although my notes
I feel like we
my
need
notes
to specify that this is a barrel pick, correct?
yes, a barrel pick from
so
Woodman's.
he might be
They
getting
know
something
that
different
by the
than other
label.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but I didn't
yeah.
show it very well.
Yeah, sorry. So the notes actually track that red fruit, that cherry that I'm getting in this, 100% an Old Forester single barrel thing. I'm surprised that I didn't pick up a banana, but honestly, it just smells like freaking Tootsie Rolls in here. And I just splashed myself in the face.
Of course you did.
But it like I just for some reason today it's just peanuts, which is absolutely insane.
It's just a whole bunch of them judging you, so I don't know if you want to read that and hurt your
Yeah,
feelings.
I'll hurt my feelings. Here Z says, what is the difference between a Wisconsin old fashioned and a standard old fashioned? In Wisconsin, people add soda or
It's like a wash, yeah.
Wash, they call it. It's
so
literally
you can have a sweet or a sour.
Yep, so either 50-50 or
Not 50, a sour soda
so
or a sweet
Squirt
soda.
or 7-Up.
50. No, well, okay. So Squirt, Sundrop.
Squirt,
50,
Sundrop.
50.
Yeah,
Those
Squirt is sour.
Mountain Dew is technically a sour.
Yeah, but 7-Up is sweet.
Yeah, and 7-Up, Sprite, stuff like that. Like a lemon lime soda would be.
Yeah.
A sweet. And then you put cherries or olives, depending on what you do. You wouldn't put olives on a sweet one.
No, you put olives in a sour and you put cherries in a sweet.
Yeah.
I actually used to drink old-fashioned sours with olives because I love the olives. But then when I went to the bourbon room, I started drinking them sweet because the bourbon room just makes great sweet old fashions. But I still don't mind a sour old fashioned. And actually,
it honestly makes old fashioned so much more approachable because I could sit down and drink like old fashioned with soda in it, but I cannot.
But the thing is,
and it's not like these were okay, but after they got watered down,
yeah,
and then they had weird bitters in them. Like I would never drink that orange one; it's disgusting. But
people,
you really cannot taste the orange as much on like.
People don't drink whiskey forward. Or people don't drink spirit-forward cocktails in Wisconsin.
That's because we drink
people drink beer.
We don't need to be drunker.
Well, yeah, people just drink beer, light beer, in fact. Or
okay, not everyone drinks light beer. The pussies drink light beer.
That's true. But like people drink beer, so like a spirit-forward cocktail isn't in the mix. It's honestly when people order old fashions in Wisconsin. There's old fashioned mixed up to here, whiskey up to here.
Okay, but that's like an old fashioned from home. What kind of restaurant would you go to and get an old fashioned that big?
Bars in the country.
Okay, but that's because it's bars in the country. That's not because that's how they make it. That's because bars in the country will charge you super cheap and give you twice as much alcohol.
That's true.
Nothing to do with how it actually is. Because every restaurant that I've gone to and you've ordered an old fashioned, like in the city, it's always in a cup like this.
That's true.
Sometimes there's a lot more soda than alcohol, whereas like the bourbon room, it's
bourbon room is pretty alcohol forward.
It's very much just like a spritz.
A spritz of soda.
Yeah, and it's kind of just something. It's just an extra thing to give it like.
It definitely helps when you're drinking it during a meal, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Kentucky tea. Like it waters it down just enough where like you get all those wonderful flavors, but it's refreshing. Like drinking a Wisconsin old fashioned on a hot summer day. Unbelievable. Old fashioned Fridays. Classic.
You know Old Fashioned Fridays?
No, my friend or Derek's dad used to.
Oh, have it like at his house?
Yeah, it was every Friday. Colton's dad would just come over and they would just drink old fashions all night.
My parents drink old fashions every day of the
week. They come sound like old alcoholics.
Wow. Look, my dad was taking Millers to work.
Joe Dickinson said the nut he's smelling is messing him up. Absolutely. Forget the nuts. Independent Joe says, don't second guess yourself. Larceny is a weeder. Oh, I know. I completely 180'd on all of my things, but to be fair, I got a point for bourbon. I got a point for state of distillation. I got a point for proof.
Yep. I got a point for price as well.
I don't know what the age of this is, but they're usually around 8 years, I think, or around there. So I'm just going to give myself a point for age. Got a point for the mash bill. I got a point for finished. It's not finished, and I got a point for price. No, actually, I lied. I think I paid $70 for this, right?
No, I think you paid $80 for it.
Did I?
I think so.
Well, I got a point for price too. So the only thing I didn't get is the distillery and the bottle guess. So overall, it's pretty good. Just not quite. Not quite
not good
the right
enough.
answer. But I am still gonna open this Booker's because I teased you guys with it all night, and it deserves to be poured in a bourbon
Can you
bar.
finish the damn comments? We're still talking
Yeah,
about
sorry.
old fashions.
Peanuts ? Try banana.
No.
Hey, sure. He says sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. That's true. Sometimes you gotta have a good nut. Hey, he says, is that your final answer? Hey, oh, no Bookers for him. Yeah, Old Forester and Jack are bananas for days. I don't know what it is, but I could not pick out a banana note today. And even knowing what it is right now, like I get a hint of banana, but honestly, I just can't stop smelling this frickin' Tootsie Roll. I smell this and I smell chocolate.
Maybe you should have drank the Tootsie Roll
then. It smells so good. I could literally smell that all night. I'm gonna bring it to bed with me. Drip it on my pillow. Robin says shot of Malort for him. Hey now. Hey now. You come over and you take a shot of Malort. We'll put it on the channel. Independent Joe says maybe some of your other pours influenced your palate. Maybe the chocolate one. Although I said it tastes like peanuts long before I poured the chocolate one.
True.
So no excuses. And to be fair, it has peanuts in it. It just has other stuff in it too. And it has red fruit in it. It has oak in it. And it has caramel in it. And like, it's very typical notes for this. I just missed the most important giveaway note of them all, which is banana. Which is just painstaking on my part. And as he says, I don't get nuts in turkey. Some people do. I don't get nuts in turkey as much as I get cherry, vanilla, cinnamon. But I can search for it and find it. But other than like searching for the nuts, I don't get it often. Derek says a Wisconsin old fashioned depends on the kind of soda, sweet, sour, or sweet spirit, sour, squirter, or pressed soda, and then pick your condiment, cherry or olives. Yeah, so basically what we had said. Handy Z said Beam is the nuttiest of nuts. Absolutely, I agree. Turkey said Heaven Hill to me is walnut, Beam, peanuts, and MGP is a hint of pecan. I don't eat a lot of nuts.
He likes nuts, but he doesn't eat them because they're high calorie.
Thank you. I don't eat a lot of nuts anymore. So it's harder for me to pick apart the different nuts. But occasionally I can, but not often. Derek says, don't forget, many are made with Corbel's brandy. Yeah, yes. A lot of Wisconsin old fashions are also made with brandy. Actually, if you Google how to make a Wisconsin old fashioned, people are going to tell you to use brandy.
And it's because Wisconsin will have fresh people.
People came down, from Canada when they were populating the United States and brought down their brandy from Canada. Yeah. And people in Wisconsin were like, hey, that's pretty good stuff. We're going to make it too. Yeah. And then everyone in Wisconsin started using brandy for everything. Hangy Z says I get pecan in Redwood Empire. Makes sense. I never thought of it like that. Also, brandy is cognac. Or cognac is brandy. For those of you who don't know what brandy is, it's the same thing as cognac. Except cognac is using a specific kind of grape and made in cognac brands.
Yeah.
But it's basically just a distilled wine. Independent Joe says I get a sweet walnut flavor in my barrel batch. 33. I actually haven't had any barrel whiskey, so I should get on that sometime. Taste says a supper club! ! That's kind of what I was thinking.
There's two things.
That's what I was thinking
There's
too.
Two things though. If you go to a supper club, certain supper clubs are not going to give you big ones. Like if you would have gone, I guarantee if we go to Rivers Bend,
but Rivers Bend is like a fancy.
I know,
club.
But I've only ever been to fancy supper clubs.
Oh, see, I worked at a non-fancy supper club.
You barely worked at a supper club. You worked at a banquet.
Banquet hall.
It's not really like a supper club to me.
Well, on the nights at a banquet hall.
Like considering Venable's a supper club, and I don't think it. I mean, you can go to the bar and sit until your food is ready, but that doesn't make it.
Well, at Eddie Whip's, you go to the bar, get a number, sit at the bar until your table's ready, and then you come out where the food is.
Well, yeah, and that's what
a supper club is.
Yeah. But to me, like, I don't know, a supper club is still like regular restaurant food, whereas you had family style dinners.
But they also have prime rib.
Well, I didn't know. I've never been there, so I don't.
They have prime rib. They have salmon.
Either way,
have...
everyone that I've been to, I haven't seen my parents get a freaking pint glass of old-fashioned.
Oh, well,
No,
yeah. I guess it depends on the fanciness.
And
of the
depending
club.
on what place you go, like some distilleries are going to give it to you in like a mini mason jar.
That's true.
Like you go to a distillery and get their version, like because
Yeah. Sure, he says Four Roses not particularly known for nuts. Yes, good point. Sure, Kitty. Forgot about the Four Roses. I mean, there's so many distilleries out there that there are some without nuts, but a lot of the big ones have nuts in them. Four Roses, though, good call. No nuts, or not no nuts, but not known for their nuts. Casey says Turkey 101 in Wisconsin, old fashioned will make you weak. That's true. And he says I like rye cocktails more than bourbon cocktails. To be fair. Casey says bourbon cocktails are more sweet, rye are definitely more spice, but I mean I am a fan of both.
Where did we go that just they didn't have a regular old fashioned, it was just a rye old fashioned? We just went there, like not that long ago, like within the month.
It wasn't in Chicago, was it?
No, it was in Wisconsin. It was like here, and that's what they had. Their old fashioned was made with rye.
Well, was it the Tavern in the Sky?
It might have been the Tavern in the Sky.
I can't remember if they had a bourbon one or not. Because I got a Manhattan.
Yeah, I don't remember. But we just went somewhere and their old fashioned was made with rye.
Good point. Tricky says, barrel you really want to try before you buy. So many different blends and different products. The only barrel I actually have had, I wouldn't even say that I've had it, but it's Barrel Seagrass. It was a sample from Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, and I can't even remember which one it was because he had sent me 2 samples, and I knew one of them was Barrel Seagrass, but I don't know what the other one is, and I didn't know which one was which. But they were both good. So one of them was Barrel Seagrass, which means I liked it, but. That is the only barrel product I've had, so I can't be a judge for barrel.
You're driving me crazy.
Yeah, sorry. Casey says, to be fair, if I didn't have the banquet hall, they would be a supper club.
Okay, I thought it was just a family-style chicken dinner place. I've never been there. So if you want to go with us, because Holden's afraid to go by himself.
Hey, Nancy, put the link for the Married and Axe Murderer clip.
We'll watch it later.
Hey, Nancy says, I like rye and ginger cocktails. But yeah, so it's kind of like a Moscow Mule, but with rye instead of vodka. That sounds fantastic. Sure, said Seagrass is a really weird.
I didn't like it.
You had a dark and
that's what it was.
Dark and Stormy, which was rum, not rye. Yeah, Seagrass is quite weird. Casey says you can count me in with a couple exclamation points. Deal. I gotta say, Beam really stepped up the wax game. It used to be so bad, but it's much better now. It's nice and soft.
That's good.
So, guys, this is batch 2022-04, also known as Pinky's batch, not Pinkles. Pinky's batch. And the story behind this one is the 4th release of Booker's 2022 collection is Booker's batch. 2022-04 Pinky's batch. Frederick Booker, better known as Pinky to his family and friends, was my granddad. To this day, I'm actually not sure why Pinky got his nickname from. But one thing I do know is that he was someone who always followed his passions, just like I do with whiskey making. A lot of people thought that Pinky was in the bourbon business, a good assumption to make about someone in our family, but he worked as a vice president of the local bank. That is not to say he didn't enjoy drinking bourbon. He was actually a big fan. But the bourbon business just wasn't his thing like it was for Dad and is for me. Like it was for Dad and it is for me and my son Freddie. When Pinky wasn't running the bank, he also loved to golf. I love to golf. I remember as a little boy that golf was a big part of his life, and he tried to play as often as possible. So much so that he had an indent in his hip from the golf balls he'd keep in his pocket. Pinky was also an outdoorsman with a passion for hunting that he passed down to Booker. He often brought Dad along with him to hunt quail, and I know those were always bonding experiences for them. While Dad and Pinky, sorry, it always looks like an L. While Dad and Pinky had some different interests, they would bond over what brought them together, like hunting or watching a football game. As you try Pinky's batch, I invite you to raise a glass to the original Frederick Booker No, and hope that you enjoy it as much as he would have. Cheers.
That was really hard for you, wasn't it?
That was a lot of words, guys. That was a lot of words. But I'm super hyped that this is a batch about golfing, because I love golfing. Casey says you can count me in. I'm actually in a wedding there in a couple of months, and so excited for the wedding dinner.
Ooh.
Casey and I worked there together.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
I told you that.
No, you didn't. Gosh,
Oh, that was
you
loud.
act like you only tell me things.
I did tell you that
That's
because
one
I
of
was
the
his
places
boss.
we're debating on. You only told me that you worked with Casey at the other place with your brother.
No, I worked with Casey at. Remember, I told you about the pistachio dessert.
Yeah, but I thought that you just brought home pistachio dessert and he was at your house and hated it.
Anyway,
that's one of the places we're deciding for our wedding dinner. So if we decide that, you'll be excited for our wedding dinner too.
I love the people there. They're so good. They're great people. And AZ said I made a dark rye and Stormy's ginger beer, rye, lime, and fresh simple syrup. Yeah, that.
I don't think that when
fantastic.
I had mine, it had lime or simple syrup in it. I think it was just bad, disgusting. They didn't even use dark.
Where did you get it from?
Fucking 1951.
Oh yeah, wait. It was. It wasn't even. They used clear rum.
They
used white rum
it
and
was
a dark
literally
and Stormy.
just clear, and it was bad. I don't think
Who does that?
And then they didn't have an updated freaking drink menu, so it took me 14 times to order a goddamn drink. I was pissed.
Yeah. So guys, this is 122.4 proof. That is 6 years old, or 6 years, 10 months, and 10 days old. So just under 7 years old. Yeah, let's pour it in the Glen and get our first impressions.
Hurry up! I want to go to bed.
Lauren's a bit tired. We're at the 2 hour and 7 minute mark. I'm sure other people are starting to stream now, like 21090 and those guys. So we're gonna hurry up.
Everyone's like, "Shut the f up, Holden."
Sorry, guys. I know I have to give you guys this.
Hurry, give it to me. I get the first sip because you did bad.
Okay.
It doesn't smell very exciting.
Well, I thought you were gonna sip it. How you feeling? I do love a good neck pour. Casey says Holden loves a good neck pour, and I absolutely do.
It's hitting all the wrong spots. I'm not joking.
For you?
I do not enjoy that.
Oh.
Don't say ooh.
No. It's different. It's not like a typical. It's not the typical Booker's nose, which is interesting. It almost has like a stone fruity.
What the F is a stone fruit?
Any fruit that has like one of those big seeds that like a peach or no, that's a vegetable.
No, it's not. It's a fucking fruit.
I'm saying like a peach or
Avocado.
a plum, or those are all stone. Like a mango, those are stone fruits. It's got like the big stone seed in the middle. Not like super stone fruity, but just like a little hint of a stone fruit. A lot of spice in it. I want to say like a nutmeg, cinnamon combination in it. Caramel, obviously. Nose isn't super strong, surprisingly. A little bit of peanuts, but not the most peanutty Bookers I've ever had, which is surprising. It smells good. It smells a little bit light, but we're gonna get on the palate now.
That's what I just said. I said it wasn't exciting. Okay, can you say something? I can't listen to you make that noise anymore.
I love the way a Booker's mouthfeel feels. I just like the way it coats the mouth. It's oily, it's viscous. Now, in terms of flavor notes, this one
is meh, right?
I don't know if it's meh.
It's just not punching you in the face with awesomeness.
She's right. It isn't punching me in the face with awesomeness. And it's a shame because I love Booker's and I'll always talk it up. Or always talk about how good I like Booker's. But it definitely has some stuff that it could improve on. Now, this is a neck pour. And granted, while I do love neck pours in certain regard, there are some whiskeys that really, really need time to air out. And this could very well be one of them.
Basically, he's going to give it a few days, and then you'll get an honest review.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it open. I'm not going to keep it open. I'm going to open it up, have a couple pours throughout the next couple days before me and Casey go down and do a review on it. So
we're going to go down.
We're going to go down and do a review on it. Anyway, so it's like the nose is nice. The nose has a lot of really good notes. The palate, I think, felt the mouthfeel is fantastic. The palate felt a little bit astringent, a little bit ethanol-y. But I'm gonna go back in for a second sip. Can't judge it off the first one. There's a lot of oak on this. A lot of oak spice and a lot of allspice too. Not anise, but like an allspice type spice. It almost dries the tongue a little bit. There's a little bit of a little bit astringent. Currently, I think it definitely is going to need some air. The nose is good. The palate could be better. It's not the best Booker's of the year, but I do think it does beat 2022-01. It's unfortunate that I haven't had the opportunity to try 22-03 because I've heard that the 03 is the best batch in a long time. That's really the one I wanted. If any of you guys see an 03, please buy it for me and I'll pay you back because that's the last one actually out of the lineup that I need. But overall, the nose is good. The palate needs some air, but I will go more in depth with a review with Casey. That'll come out next week, so you guys will have a fresh look at it. But overall, the nose is giving me hope that it'll turn into something great. You know? Like,
did you need hope to think that we were going to turn into something great, or did you just know?
No, I knew from the beginning.
Okay, well then the whiskey's not good enough.
You can never judge a book by its cover.
It's not a book.
You know, I want to try it against some other Bookers, but
that is for a Patreon member only.
I was literally about to say that. I'm just going to save it for my Patreon video. I will get to that point, but I just don't know what it is. It just has some, it's not a youthful note. It just has some ethanol that it just needs to get rid of. So I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to let it get some air. I think that'll help it a lot. Joe, oh, hold on. I missed this one. Todd can wait. He likes Winger.
Who the hell is Todd?
Todd from 21090.
Oh.
Joe Dickinson says he has the 03. Oh, Joe, why you got to do me dirty like that? I want it. But Joe, if you ever find another one, let me know. I will love to pay you money to get it. Overall, though, one more sip. Very drying on the tongue. I say the oak presence is very prominent in this. Oak and allspice. On the palate, it's not drinking super soft on the palate yet. But with some air, guys, it could open up. So that being said, that's the end of the Bookers. Overall, I am going to put this against 2022. You know, actually, I have 4 Bookers now. So in my Patreon video, I will put it up against 2022.
Why don't you just do a blind of 4 of them?
Well, I am, but I'd rather just put that out on the channel, the actual channel, not the Patreon,
Why
because
don't you
that
do
is
as a live stream?
I could do that as a live stream. It's a good idea. Look at you thinking,
Yeah.
noggin.
I have all the ideas. Don't let this man fool you.
But I think it'll be good. Joe said I can probably find it at secondary. I don't really pay secondary for stuff. This I got for $100. If that's what secondary is, then I'll pay it. But that's only.
He's not paying over $100.
It's $20 over retail. But if we're being honest with ourselves, no one ever finds it for $80 like they should. It's usually $90. So then at that point, it's only $10 over retail, and $10 over retail is not bad. So for $100, I would take a Booker's. I'd chance it. I mean, it's good. Is it worth the $100? We'll find out when.
He says 125.
We'll find out when I can let it get some air. 125 is. It's iffy. The thing is, I know that 2022-03 is very good.
So he might be willing to pay it, but it's also $125 and we're poor.
Joe Dickinson, if you are serious at $125, you know someone you could get it tomorrow, shoot me an email. We'll hash something out. Maybe we'll make a deal. Maybe I'll send you a bottle of something. If you would even want it. The only two bottles that I have unopened is a Russell Single Barrel and an ECBP C921. But I hunt a lot, and I find a lot of really good bottles. So
do I.
So does Loren. But yeah, 2 hours and 16 minutes in, guys. I think that's going to be the end of this live stream. Loren's ready to go to bed. I too am ready, but I do think I need to close out this stream with a little of a recap. So overall, all these bitters were good. We made some good old fashions, but number one, I would have to say. So, okay. The first cocktail with the aromatic bitters, it just didn't quite do it for me. It left a little bit of an alcohol-forward taste in my mouth. Wasn't my favorite. That's probably not even probably. It's definitely last place. Number two, we did the cherry one. That was actually really good. It made a nice sweet upfront cherry note. I could taste the sweetness throughout the entire palate, and I actually really liked it a lot. So that one was really good. It's hard to say what favorites are. Glass 3 was the orange bitters. Very classic old-fashioned. I didn't have the orange to spritz over the top of all these, so it was missing the orange thing. And I think the orange bitters really helped it in this old-fashioned. So very classic, but also nothing special. Glass 4, the chocolate bitters, was an absolute Tootsie Roll bomb. But I don't know if it was
Tootsie Roll?
I don't know if it was too much of a Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll, not Tootsie Roll. You're not tooting when you eat your Tootsie Roll.
It's so if you guys like chocolate, that's for you. I do like chocolate a lot, but I think number one is going to have to be cherry bitters. Number 2 is going to be the chocolate bitters old fashioned. Number 3 is going to be the orange bitters old fashioned. And last place is going to be the aromatic. I just don't think the aromatic did it, but I do think that the cherry old fashioned turned out really well in the end. I think that the cherry note didn't leave any astringencies, but it also didn't overpower the glass. But it also added something different compared to a normal old-fashioned. So that's why it beat out the chocolate and the orange. Overall, made some good old-fashions here tonight. I highly recommend if you guys haven't tried making old-fashions with different bitters. Definitely an experience that you guys might want to try out. But
if you go to the Sazerac house, you can test all the different bitters.
No, the Sazerac only has patience and Angostura.
You get to taste 2 of the bitters.
You get to taste the 2 most common ones. I have patience over there. But that being said, that's the end of the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check out all the other people who are live streaming. Feel free to put it in chat, whoever else is live streaming. I know 21090 obviously goes on. The Bourbon Junkies hit 100,000 subscribers, which is totally awesome for them. Super happy for them. So if you guys are fans of them, definitely hop on there and say congratulations to them. They are probably going live soon. But otherwise, 21090, always a great channel to go watch. Beer, music, bourbon, whiskey, everything. 21090, great guys over there. I don't know if Badass Bobby does stuff. I think he sometimes does stuff on whatever, but you guys are probably say in the chat. Sugar Kitty plugged the 21090 live stream. So guys, go hop over there. Tell them the Bourbon Bar sent you. Maybe I'll be over there. Actually, I'll try to pop in and at least say hi. I always mean to do that, and we get done with this, and I always end up doing something. But thank you all so much for watching. Please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out the Patreon if you want. And just thank you all for being here. Lauren and I love this. It's probably a highlight of the week. TGIT, as Sugar Kitty always says. If you're into Scotch on the Bayou is also going. So yes, if you guys like Scotch, go check out Scotch on the Bayou.
Scotch on the Bayou?
Yeah.
I don't know the thing.
Maybe we'll have to check them out. Are they from Louisiana?
That's what I'm thinking.
Are they like the Bayou in Louisiana, Sugar Kitty? Do you know that? That'd be interesting.
Only one Bayou.
Well, a Bayou is like a type of place.
I know, but like you don't say I'm going to the Bayou and you go to a different Bayou than the one in Louisiana.
Well, there's also Scotch Down Under, which is in Australia.
Oh,
yeah. But I always thought they live streamed too, but I don't know what day they live streamed. Cheers, Casey. Thanks for coming in. TGIT says Sugar Kitty. TGIT. Sugar Kitty. Yeah, guys, thank you all for coming out. Also, anyone else who is in here, any of the other, oh, she definitely is the Bayou in Louisiana. Awesome. We're gonna have to check that out too.
We were down
we're gonna definitely be jumping around after the live streams. But thank you guys for being here. Cheers to you all. We'll see you all in the next class.
That was bad.
Well, it was a perfect
It
thing.
was quiet.
We'll see you all in the next class.
Oh, that was ugly. Do it again. Do it again.
We will see you all in the next class. Whoa, don't break the blends. We'll see you all in the next class.
Okay.
We'll see you all in the next
moving.
class. That's what it's like to record videos on this channel. You guys should see the amount of times I clink the bottle when I'm leaving a video. But thank you all for being here. Have a good night.